Hello, chat. Welcome to the stream. Hi, everyone. It looks like YouTube is still the same. Still lagging by 10 seconds every so often. And I did my best already, chat. Nag-update din ako ng drivers ng GPU ko. I've also updated my storage. Like it really is OBS. Maybe it's just that I'm postponing for as long as I can, right? Para hindi ko kailangan trabahuhin because it's like a 2-hour job. But I guess this is the end of the road. Wala na akong choice kung hindi talagang dapat asikasuhin na yung OBS. It's just a pain, chat. It's a pain to do this from scratch. But it is what it is. Down ng epidemic sound. Oh, I think they're back. I think they're back. Yes, sir. I think it's back. Magkaka-music na ba tayo? I think so. All right. We have music now. So it's been down for quite a while. But I do have to log in again. Log in lang tayo. How's everybody doing today, chat? It is Tuesday. Wag mag-alala, 3 days na lang. Weekend na. But other than that, today was a rather slow day for me. But I don't know how it is for you, chat. How are your days so far? How are your days? Let me just try to log in Epidemic. It is slow. I think them rebooting their servers or everything is making them slow. Nice. How long ka nasa ferry, JM? Trans-Asia yung trip mo? That's a long trip. Trans-Asia. How long? Is that gonna be like a 2-week trip? And also, how's the Wi-Fi over there? Oftentimes, I feel like it's the Wi-Fi that's gonna get us. Gonna go home to CDO? When? Trying my best. Magka-music. It is awkward without music. I'll tell you that, chat. I am so used to having music in my ears every time we stream. Ngayon na walang music, ako yung na-awkward. Let's open up Spotify. Give me a minute here to open up Spotify. There you go, Spotify. Open na ang Spotify. Let me go hit up Epidemic Sound because that's where we get our music from. And wala naman tayong choice. Diba? Wala naman tayong choice kung hindi mag-play ng sound there. But I don't think they have it on Spotify. Using Starlink? 100 pesos for the Wi-Fi? That's affordable. Ilang araw yung 100 pesos? 1 day? Or is that total? Epidemic Sound. There you go. Epidemic. Do they have a playlist na walang sound? Down yung website na Epidemic Sound. See? This is where we normally get our music from. Kaya tayo nakakapag-music ng walang copyright. Because all of our music comes here, man. Playlist na -1. That's what I mean. Hold on. Because I feel like if I pick something here, it's just gonna end up being wordy and mas magiging magulo lang yung stream. What is this? All these things blowing up my phone like, where are you? Only ever got time for one that wants my boo. See what I mean? Okay. I guess lo-fi? Work from bed. That's the life, huh? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Levy. Yun yung isa sa mga perks ng freelance natin, no? We essentially get to work anywhere, especially if our freelance job is remote. It doesn't require us to be on site. So, happy for you, Levy. Live streaming. Okay, what's this? What is this? In this playlist, you will find the perfect background tracks for chatting around. Different moods and energies in a wide range of genres will set the right vibe on your channel. All right, I trust you. I trust you, Epidemic. Let's go. Shuffle. Babaan lang natin yung music. Yan. Yan. Music should be good now, right? Okay. Stream from bed. Meron nga ako isang inisip eh. I was thinking, and I have to be honest here, on Friday chat, I got to score free tickets to Sex Bomb. So I am gonna be watching the Sex Bomb Girls on Friday. And ngayon pa lang tinetest na ako ni Ali Orts. Sabi niya sa akin, okay, mag-aral ka, mag-review. Kailangan alam mo yung mga sayaw, mga kanta. And I'm like, kilala ko si Jopay. Kilala ko si Jopay kasi siya yung kinanta ng mayonnaise. Diba? But Paolo here has a good point. Sabi ni, this is actually pretty good. Yeah. I don't know where I heard it from, but ang sabi nila, if you have a hard time, I mean, I guess this is for people who have a hard time falling asleep. Ang sabi nila, don't make your bedroom a workplace because you may associate the bedroom with work even though you have to sleep already. So I think that's just hopping off on what Paolo, piggybacking on what Paolo said. Wow, corpo speak. Na if masanay, magiging uneasy yung feeling. Alright, okay, fair enough. And again, it's for people who don't get to sleep easy, really. But, I mean, if it's only now, you're good, I suppose. Okay, so going back to the Sex Bomb Girls. Sex Bomb Girls, may concert sila. And I'm gonna be watching. Hold on. Get Out, the Sex Bomb concert. What? So they've been number of shows 5. So I'm gonna be watching the show on Friday, chat. So they're free tickets, and it's an experience, right? It's something that I could go through, so that I could learn something and share it to you. And I've come to learn that oftentimes I run dry out of things to say whenever I don't fill up the experience tank. So going to this, I justified it at least to myself. Going to this will allow me na mangolekta ng kwento na pwede kong ibahagi sa inyo. And whereas before, I would live stream no matter what, miss out on every occasion and event. These days, I weigh them out carefully. And besides, it's free tickets, right? And in that way, makakapagkwentuhan tayo over Sex Bomb and how probably I'm gonna be so lost in the concert. I know there's songs, lalo na yung mga sumikat nung mas bata tayo, di ba? So I know a couple of them. Syempre, Spaghetti. Ano pa ba? Ano yung song na Bakit Papa Lumaban Ka Pa? Tananan tan tanananan. What's that? Yun lang. And then tinetest din ako ni Ali Orts. Sabi ni Ali Orts kanina, sige nga, sino ang leader nila? Bakit Papa yung title? Sabi ni Ali Orts, sige nga, sino yung leader nila? Sabi ko, Sex Bomb Rochelle. And I'm like, sabi niya, tama. Kung galing ko humula in my head. Sabi niya, sino yung kinantahan ng mayonnaise? Or sino yung may kanta na ginawa ng mayonnaise? Siyempre, kilala ko na yun kasi that's the easiest one. Siyempre, Jopay, di ba? Okay, fine. Sino raw yung may-ari ng chain ng mga samgyup? Alam niyo ba yun, chat? Sino sa Sex Bomb Girls ang may-ari ng chain ng mga samgyup? Because I didn't even know that. One of them owns Yoshimitsu, a chain of samgyupsal restaurants. If I'm not mistaken, and I already forgot, baka si Sunshine? Diba? I don't know, man. Sino ba yung mga ano nila? Active members. Who are the active members of... Oh, I don't think we could show that on camera. Active members. What? 1999 pa lang, binuo na sila? That's crazy. Let's see. Hindi ko na rin alam eh. Ito. Current members. What? Original founding members, okay? Wait, I'm so confused. So, sino yung magpo-perform sila? Or ito? In over 2 decades. But there's a current generation. So, we're gonna be watching the original, feeling ko. The original girls, right? Jopay, Ira, Rochelle, Sugar, Cristel, I suppose. Yung Urig but di complete. Okay. I have no idea kung sino ang magiging ano nila. But, you know, they have a pretty extensive Wikipedia page just for the concert. Look at this, chat. And to be fair, December 4 yung concert nila. It's gonna run for 2 months. And yet, look at that. Look at the wiki. It's so filled with information. Opening act. Alam ko to. Ito ba yung sex bomb? Hindi, spaghetti yun eh. Wala si Izzy? What? Si Izzy, yung isa sa mga Zumba instructors nung sumayaw ako sa HLA. And I didn't know that. I think I told you, chat, na Izzy was the one in front leading the Zumba dance for that morning. And then, nung kinuwento ko kay Ali Orts, sabi niya, baka si Sex Bomb Izzy yan. And then, apparently, it is. So, they are gonna be singing a lot of songs, it looks like. No way. They're gonna be singing... What? They're gonna be singing 50 songs? No. They're gonna be singing 50 songs? That's a 3-hour concert. I mean, of course, I feel like they're gonna... Ano yung tawag kapag pinagdidikit-dikit yung mga songs? What's that? Yung ginagawa parati ng Glee? When they combine 2 songs. What's the term again? What's the term for that? What's the name of that term? Term when combining 2 songs. Mashup. Yeah, a mashup. What's up, Euris? I'm pretty sure they're gonna mash up some of these songs, right? Ima-mash up nila para hindi maging like 50 songs, chat. That's too much. 50 songs times 3 minutes is 150 minutes divided by... It's a 2.5-hour concert if they sing tuloy-tuloy, which I don't think they will. What? Hindi sasali si Izzy? Wait, may sinali raw, may pinadala raw dito si Pao. Main GC. Izzy not joining? Hold on. Was it sent before or just now? Wait, may pinadala rin si Levi just now. I mean, earlier this day. Watch this daw. Use the link. What's this?
Lang diskriminasyon sa
Hold on. This is us.
mga bumibisita sa BGC basta't huwag lang manggugulo sa lugar.
Mga sa, bas ng ilang mga geng-geng, gul naman oma kung lahat silang mga ea at eka ang paaalisin sa hood. Basta efas naman daw ang kanilang asta, deins na sila dapat mag-bounce rito sa BGC.
That was good. That was good. Yo, I love that. I think that was good. Not only is it engaging, let's check it out in just a bit, just a minute, Pao. That was so good. Not only is it engaging, but it also, I suppose, communicates in the language that na mas maa-appreciate ng mga gang-gang. Gosh, that's so funny. Okay. Parang wala ako nakuha, Pau. Is it just me? I'm not getting anything in our Discord. Via PM. Also didn't get anything from you now, Pau. Through DMs, wala rin. I know. That was good, dude. By the way, who else is here? I see Christian, Romeo. Romeo, you good? Kanina nag-message yata si Romeo. Kaso, nag-chat. But, Romeo, hopefully you're okay. Oliver as well. Makaramdam ka lang ng konting pressure. Ready? Yes, may papatulungan ka ba talaga sa buhay? Come on. I love these things, man. What's this? Why did my nephew, he's only 5. Why did my nephew ask me what I want to be when I grow up? I told him I'm already grown. And he said, well, what are you? Because you don't look like anything. I had to go sit in the car and cry real quick. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Ito yung mga harsh truths na kailangan natin harapin. What? Okay, let's see if we can find that. Sex bomb Izzy. No way. Here. I think this may be it. Pau. Here, I have it here. I think this is it. Pau. Hopefully I did you proud with this one. Hello po, nakakadalawang post ka na ng bash sa akin. Talagang you have time for that kind of action. Ang saya po ba? Well, okay lang po. You don't know everything. Kaya I will choose to understand your actions. As far as I know, wala naman pong masama mag-work ng marangal for my family. Ang pag-Zumba. Simpleng buhay, simpleng trabaho, and thankful naman po. Ano yung unahin ng priority sa life? What's this? What? What? Umagos ang madaming luha sa pag-resign. Luha habang kausap sila na hindi... ayun. There you go. Ang pag-Zumba, simpleng buhay, simpleng trabaho. And thankful naman po. And yung unahin ng priority sa life, mag-decision sa buhay, bawal po ba? Umagos ang madaming luha sa pag-resign. Luha habang kausap sila na hindi ako makakasama. I miss them. But I want to stay on the path where God is leading me. Respect po, lalo pag hindi alam ang lahat po. God bless. Georgette. Izzy. Hinahanap ka ng buong Pilipinas. Hindi mo makakalimutan ang pagiging isang sex bomb Izzy mo. Itigil ang Zumba. Sumayaw, sumunod sa sex bomb. Ibomba mo. So is that it? Yeah? So basically, for whatever reason, Izzy simply doesn't see herself as I don't know if it's that, right? Pero siguro ito para kay Izzy, ito yung path na para sa kanya talaga. Yo, what's up, Romeo? Hey, Mock. Yeah, maybe it's just that na para sa kanya, ito talaga yung path niya, yung pagiging Zumba. Pagtuturo ng Zumba. And mag-work ng marangal for my family. I don't think she's comparing being a sex bomb to that, though. Yo, that's good, Levy. Levy, has a contract been signed? What? Meron? What's that? Another one about Izzy? Ito pa sa Reddit. Not join reunion. Lam din natin, born again Christian. Same with... Oh, it has to be... maybe... Respect pa rin, pero dapat makisama siya sa sex bomb. Kasi sa sex bomb din naman siya nakilala ng mga tao kahit papaano may mga nagmamahal, mga tagahanga yan. Reunion concert nga, di ba? Sayang naman, but okay lang. Friendship pa din naman sila. Ganda pa rin ni Izzy. I did see her in real life. She's actually very pretty. Ang labo nitong comment no, Mok? Tinan mo ito, Mok. Kasi sabi mo, gets naman, pero buhay niya yan. Tinan mo. Oo, respect. Oo, respect pa rin. Pero dapat nakisama siya. parang nagbabangga yung dalawang yon. Oh, respect natin si Izzy. Pero dapat sumama siya. I like it, Levy. I like it. I like it. Bakit wala si Izzy sa reunion concert? She might get... Oh my God. What are these comments? Forbidden in their religion. She converted to Christianity. Yeah. Could be that. Could be that, chat. Right? As a born-again Christian, baka bawal tong mga... Kaya sinabi niya, I mean, I suppose kaya sinabi niya, di ba, na she's happy with her path na what God planned for her. So it could be that. Nothing too deep. Gigil ako kay ate. My husband and I were talking about her last night. Convicted siya kaya hindi siya sumama. Tapos nakita namin guest nila si Elias. And my hubby and I both agreed na tama ang leading kay Izzy not to join them. Too worldly. What? The fans will enjoy it, but God won't be glorified. Non-believers won't get this. What? Ano, Angel? What is this? Am I missing something or medyo magulo to? If you're truly Izzy's fan, you'd be happy for her. She's doing great. Growing in the Lord, helping in worship, teaching kids, and raising a wonderful family with her husband. We're really grateful for her heart and the quiet joy she brings to people. Gets ko naman yung bawal sa religion, yung sayaw-sayaw, pero hindi ko magets ba't kailangan mo i-trash talk yung mga naniniwala sa sex bomb, ate. Ayaw nyo i-blasphemize kayo, pero ang tataas naman yata masyado tingin nyo sa sarili nyo. Gusto ba yan ni Lord? Hayaan namin kayo sa paniniwala ninyo. Anong bawal sa religion? E panay nga sayo niyan sa TikTok Reels. Ma-event din siyang pinupuntahan na sumasayaw siya. Baka yung magiging costume? Pero pwede naman i-adjust na hindi sexy eh. Ooh. I don't know what it is. Yeah, could be that. Pero ito nga, sabi pwede naman magsuot ng balot na damit. Or kahit manood man lang just to show support sa dati mong grupo na nagpakain sa'yo. And then I realized, puro nga pala Bex at LGBT ang fans ng sex bomb. Baka ayaw niyang makihalubilo sila. Anak nga niyang trans tinakwil niya. What? Is that it? Is that the problematic part of it, Mok? Huh? True, parang may say lahat yung asawa niya ngayon and very sad for Sofia, ganyan parents niya. Oh my God. Oh my God. Could that be it though? No, I mean hindi bawal sa religion ng pagsayaw, I suppose, but I feel because she is devout, like deeply devout, I feel like but well, hindi naman Catholic ang religion niya, no? Christian siya. And they have more rigid rules unlike Catholicism, right? That's much more welcoming of everyone in the world. Could that be it? So it still is religion. Maybe it's just maybe it is still religion, right? People are saying it's religion, but people are saying it's religion and dancing. No, it's religion and yung conservative take ng religion niya. No. It's the whole God created only man and woman, therefore only you can only either be straight or a priest. Wait, what? No, that those two things are not mutually exclusive either. So you can only be straight basically based on being religious in that way. Yeah. Di ba tinakwil niya yung anak niya kasi trans at drag queen? Anong klaseng pagpapalaki yun? More like poor parenting. That is raising a wonderful family in the eyes of the ultra-religious. So it could be that. It's that, chat. What? Man, I feel bad na yun. That's just crappy. Eh well, at least mapaproud si Ali Ort sa akin pag kinwento ko to sa kanya. Uy, alam mo ba si AZ ganito? Hindi siya makakasama kasi ganito. Akala ng mga tao, religion, tas bawal sumayaw, pero hindi naman. Sa totoo lang kasi oh yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, but I do like to add to what Romeo said. I think when it comes to being a Catholic, right? I'm very happy that we've gone a long way. Wala pa tayo where we should be, I suppose, in understanding that literally everybody is a child of God. So it doesn't matter what gender we are. Kasi lahat tayo anak ng Diyos. But I feel like compared to before, ang layo na ng napuntahan ang laki na ng progress ng pagiging Catholic. And I do feel like it's because of the GOAT Pope. Right? The GOAT Pope, Pope Francis himself. I missed bakit ayaw niya. Well, nobody really knows Reese. The only concrete thing that we have is this one. Wala akong nakikitang filters dito, Levi. But maybe it's built into the YouTube algorithm. So wala akong nakikitang filters like last night. So ito lang yung meron natin. Asian Reese. The only thing that we have right now is Izzy said, I want to stay on the path where God is leading me. Yun. I want to stay on the path where God is leading me. And from that, people, including myself, are assuming it has to do with her religion. Right? And, buhay niya yan. Respect natin yung religion niya. And other than that, beyond that, ano lang to? Speculation na lang. Speculation na lang. Some are saying that it's religion and very devout siya na Christian. Ayaw niya makihalubilo sa... Perhaps, right? Perhaps, allegedly, pwedeng ayaw niyang makihalubilo sa fans niya na karamihan, of course, pag sex bomb, LGBT daw. Or the fact that if she's devout, bawal din siguro yung mga sinasayaw nila, yung mga meaning ng mga kinakanta nilang sayaw, mga kinakanta nilang kanta. Could be that. Because this is the only thing that ever came out from her. Everything else, hinuhula na lang natin. Izzy. That's nuts though. Can we read more about Izzy? Does she have a wiki? Itinakwil yung kanyang anak? Wala. It's just people all say, oh, there you go. Absent from the recent concert. Ano kaya nararamdaman ni Izzy? Hinahanap ka ng buong Pilipinas. Ayun. Yung pagbabash. Oh, she was at the JNT Fun Run. Response to why she was absent. Wala, it's the same thing, chat. Basically, religion, path of God. She's happy with that. Very bigoted. Yeah. That's the thing with religion though, right? It's the line that it's like it's the best force field ever, because it's something that we cannot speak against or criticize too harshly, just because of the way society upholds religion. You know what I mean? Of course, not bad is bad. If you're radical, if bigoted. Pero ang hirap eh, di ba? What do you say? What do you say to Izzy? Hindi, maling paniniwala mo. Like, yeah, it sucks. It sucks because religion is that invisible force field talaga that, it's hard to cross. We have to isolate the issues and not relate religion to it if we want to talk about the issue. Hindi like, it's only gonna be very messy if religion ang maging mismong issue. I don't know. Ano yung quote about religion? Yeah. That's why, Romeo. That's why proud ako sa Catholicism eh. Kasi, ang layo na ng progress, or malaki na yung progress ng Catholicism. Whereas before, Catholics are very discriminatory. Now, I feel Catholics are a lot more understanding. Pero long way to go pa rin. Very much a long way to go. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's and I think again, Pope Francis, my goat Pope, chat. Pope Francis, the goat Pope. He basically acknowledged every religion as having just one God in the end. It's so cool. I suppose, I may be butchering what he said, pero sabi ni Pope Francis, whether you're Muslim, you're Sikh, you're Hindu, you're a Buddhist, whatever all of these religions are, we all return to the same God in the end. And imagine imagine the leader of the Catholic Church saying that. Sobrang cool, di ba? So, I mean, again, that's why I feel like ang daming iniba ni Pope Francis during his time. And especially with being more inclusive as a church. Pretty cool dude, man. My GOAT Pope. And of course, it helps na Jesuit siya. I wonder if they still post on his Instagram. Meron pa ba? Wala na. Sad. April 20 na yung last. GOAT Pope. Oh yeah, marami pa ring issue. Marami pa ring issue. That's why I was hoping, but that's exactly why the next priest is not a Jesuit. Yung next, I mean, I remember we followed the was that the Papa? I said papacy. How do you pronounce this? Papacy. I remember we followed the papacy news when Pope Francis passed away, and my odds then on who the next pope will be, and it ended up being the current pope, who is Pope Leo, right? And the exact reason on why Pope Leo ended up being the elected pope is because he's a centrist. Gitna siya, like masyadong radical si Pope Francis. He swayed the Catholic Church too much to the left, and I guess the Catholic Church didn't want another Jesuit, so they ended up electing this dude who lies a little bit more at the center. He's not conservatist. He's not a conservatist. He's not conservative, but he is not also liberal in his teachings. Centrist, gitna siya. That's why siya yung nanalo. And that also, of course, saddened me because next in line would have been who's our Archbishop, chat? Who's our Archbishop? No. Sino yung Archbishop natin, yung pambata natin? Tagle, baby. Tagle was also good. He's old. 68 na siya. Tagle was, supposedly next in line. He's number 2 pagdating sa sports betting. Not gonna lie, it was interesting to see that. Pero nagkaroon ng mga betting websites, and number 2 parati si Tagle. They all had this dude in number 1, and then I think they had like a black dude in number 4, and then Italian in number 3. Also, another conspiracy. The Pope, I mean, I don't know if this holds any water, but apart from the fact that the Catholic Church needed somebody who lies in the center, ang conspiracy is that the Catholic Church, maybe not now, and not in the next 100 years, but the Catholic Church isn't ready to elect a non-white pope. So, yeah. Pope Leo is pretty young. Isn't he 70? So, non-white pope, maybe not in the next 100 years. Kasi, of course, we have Tagle, Pinoy. Depending on how you want to look at it, he could be Asian yellow, or he could be brown, as in, how we Asians are typically brown. So, yeah. Not in another 100 years. No, he was. Pope Leo was a very strong contender. Also, the fact na he's American, and sobrang lakas ngayon ng America when it comes to current events. He was. Pope Leo was number 2, again, number 2, number 3, Italian yata, and then number 4 was a black pope. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So I suppose, with the brains of arguably some of the smartest people on earth, they put together the fact that the Catholic Church needed this dude to lead it. Likely Romeo. Likely Romeo. Kasi wala akong nakikitang filters dito. Wala akong nakikitang filtered messages dito. But if hindi lumalabas yung messages nyo, chances are it's still gonna go out here. Sobrang walang disiplina? Is that what you said last? Wala. Normally, it filters in YouTube, but it still comes out here. I agree with Mock Steak. Yo, Ethan, what do you think about it? What do you think about it? Okay, so very, very interesting. Tagle still young by your definition, chat. I agree. How old was Pope Francis when he got elected? Because I know Pope Benedict was hella old, yo. He was very old when he got elected. So he passed away at 88. So 13 years. No, actually, no. He passed away 2025. Damn, wala pang 1 year pala, no? Passed away 25. 12 years, 68. 68 siya naging pope. So, more or less, the correct age already. The correct age, kung 17 na si Pope Leo, tapos si Tagle, nasa 68 years old. More or less, nasa tamang edad na rin to be a pope, right? I know Pope Benedict was, Pope Benedict was hella old. Like, look at this dude, man. 95, he passed away. When he became pope in 2022. Oh no, he gave up his seat. He gave up his seat, right? 8 years. So 95 minus 17. 78. He became pope at 78. Became pope at 78. Is my math right? I think so. But yeah, look at this, chat. Alam ko name niya. I'll never forget his name. It's Ratzinger. And I think he fought for Germany at one point. If you know, you know. Yeah, he retired because he's hella old. Again, chat, watch Two Popes. I love this movie. I'm not a religious guy. I would say I wouldn't consider myself to be religious, but I love religion politics, and I appreciate the learnings that we can all have when it comes to the two popes. Sobrang galing nito. This is basically Pope Benedict and Pope Francis talking about succession and why Pope Francis ended up being the Pope. It's good, man. Mark Plyer? He was blocked for what? What happened? What do you mean blocked? I know Mark Plyer is a good YouTuber. Like one of the OGs yata siya, diba? 2012. Okay, he released a movie and then yung movie niya Iron Lung. Alright, let's look at controversies. Cast, development, filming, release, reception. Oh, 44% on Rotten Tomatoes. For over 10 on IGN. But what's the issue? The range, pao. Oo nga, no? Ngayon ko lang na-realize yun. We went all the way from talking about sex bomb girls to Get Out, the sex bomb reunion, to the two popes and and Cardinal Tagle. Wait, what's this, chat? His movie is doing good. Wala sila. Wait, am I watching? Is this a correct movie? Yeah, it's a correct movie, right? Okay, what's the controversy with Iron Lung? Mark Plyer. Alright. We have to disable our ad blocker. You know what annoys me, by the way? Rappler Plus is now a paywall. It's annoying, but at the same time, journalists work hard for it. So, you know, they deserve to be paid accordingly. I'm just bitter. Okay. Mark Plyer's Iron Lung removed from box office charts. Returns making 7 times its budget. What? Iron Lung. Well, it did make 7 times its budget. $3 million, $21 million. But then we have reviews here. I mean, depending on what kind of person you are, chat, if you believe in website reviews, I don't think it has anything to do with the ratings, right? Kasi kung 44%, you know, that's low. Kung 4/10, that's low. But I think it has more to do with the fact that it's doing good and that they decided to take it down. Okay, let's see. Whether it's a triumphant return of Sam Raimi or the exceptionally divisive Melania documentary, there are multiple box office stories to cover this weekend. But the most impressive is what happened with Iron Lung. Markiplier. Hold on. Markiplier. Markiplier. Tama ba yung pagbigkas ko? Okay, Markiplier. But the most impressive is what happened with Iron Lung. The movie, entirely self-financed by YouTube legend Mark Fishback, that is a sick name, Fishback, gave Send Help a run for its own money, earning 17.8 to 20 million. But Iron Lung also made 22 million in total worldwide sales. And Send Help, 28 million only. But something strange happened when Markiplier told that Iron Lung had been erased on a number of box office charts, which only showed Send Help and Melania instead.
So this is funny. This is on Friday, the box office numbers. I'm number 1, right? I milked it a lot. I said it. It was very funny. I knew that Sam Raimi's movie was going to pass me eventually by the end of the weekend, but I was like, haha, I'm number 1. But then I didn't see this yesterday, but here's Saturdays. So this is Saturday, right? I swear I was on this list. But Iron Lung isn't here anymore. There's no numbers for Iron Lung. It took me off the chart. And I thought, hey, maybe that's a fluke. maybe there's something wrong. But here's Sunday. I wake up this morning, which reports the day before his numbers. I'm gone. I'm not even above Hamnet. I'm nowhere. Zootopia is back.
Sorry for the buggy video playback, chat. It's on me, like on my end yung technical difficulties.
Back up here. Avatar's up here. Melania's up here. I feel like I should just like maybe I'd be fine with here. I'd be fine with being on the chart. Why'd you take me off the chart? I feel like I deserve to be on the chart.
Okay, so this quickly created a narrative of the mainstream is trying to keep independent film or YouTubers down, though it seems unlikely that was the case and it was probably just a glitch. Iron Lung appears to be back in second place across all charts I can see, including the most widely cited one, Box Office Mojo, where I never saw it vanish in the first place as I tracked it over the weekend. No, it's still there. It's there, chat. It's there. It's there. Right? Could have been a glitch, or maybe because the video did get attention. Natakot na yung nagtanggal nun, binalik din nila kaagad. Easily, that could be the reason. Let's just play some music first from the Epidemic Sound website. Hold on. Hide toolbar. Chat, why is my toolbar not hiding? Teka, play na tayo ng music. Up na ulit yung website. Okay. So it's there. You can see SM's reply to me on requesting some showing of Iron Lung here in the Philippines sa Discord. Alright. I'll check it out in a minute. Let's just go through this article. My tool. Even though Send Help took first at the box office, Iron Lung, at least so far, is technically the biggest success. Iron Lung, again, self-financed, reportedly did not cost more than $3 million, making 21.7 in its first weekend. It would be roughly 7 times its budget. Low-budget horror has known to break out and earn a lot of money for relatively little investment, but it's far from a guarantee. Send Help, meanwhile, reportedly cost $40 million. Ooh, that's the tea, huh? All right, let's look at the Iron Lung trailer. Hopefully, we do not get banned. Let's look at the Iron Lung trailer, just so we have an idea. Oh, he starred in it.
I see that question in your eyes. For what purpose do we remain alone in the dark?
Beginning the descent. Cruising depth in roughly 2 minutes. Stand by.
I ask myself that very same question.
I'm seeing some voltage irregularities on the instruments, so keep an eye out for sparks or flames or anything like that.
Why would there be flames? You did test this thing, right?
This is the test. Closing porthole shielding.
Where's the reason for this quiet rapture? Too few to rebuild, too many to feed.
You're the first one down. All we have are surface scans, that's why you're there. Well, one of the reasons.
Can we just agree this is important? Food, air. We need this, not just the seal. All of us. We need this.
There aren't enough of us left to be throwing lives away, but there is too much at stake not to take calculated risks. Eden doesn't understand that. You don't understand that.
I just want to live. Is that so wrong? Why doesn't anybody else want that?
It's good to see popular games being turned into movies. Didn't expect na mag-overlap ang movie at gaming industry. I feel like they've been overlapping for as long as movies probably started being able to convert games into movies. But I do get what you mean. Feeling ko mas common na siya ngayon. Especially since na-milk na ang comic book movies. Ang comic book na ginagawang movies. Yeah, Charlie did post about it over here.
Can you believe there's actually a chance of snow in Tampa this weekend? Very chilly out, which is...
You know, let's just ask ChatGPT to summarize this. I feel like we do not have 14 minutes to watch Charlie talk about it. Can you summarize what is said in this video? Oh yeah, there will be spoilers. There will be spoilers. And I don't think it's just Hollywood underestimating games. I feel like Hollywood is in this weird place right now because there's just so much. Whereas before, and this is not an original idea, mga naririnig ko lang to sa podcast and sa mga TikToks na napapanood ko. Whereas before, access to entertainment was far and few in between. Now we can literally be entertained at with the palm of our hands, right? With smartphone in hand, We have access to more entertainment now more than ever. From games to movies to random apps. You know, we can literally explore the world with our phones. Dati, wala namang ganun eh. Dati, I mean, hindi pa kasama piracy dun, by the way. Dati wala namang ganun. That's why the movie industry or the film industry is, you know, at the very difficult time in life, in a very difficult period right now, because they're struggling to convince people to leave the comforts of their house to pay, you know, let's use Philippine PHP numbers here, to pay close to 500 pesos for a ticket, another 200 pesos for popcorn and drinks, and maybe another 100 pesos for parking, right? So, that's just the Philippines. And we're a very small market when it comes to box office kasi mura yung tickets natin. So, let's talk about the US, where tickets are upwards of $20 to $25. Popcorn, another $20, diba? Now it becomes the same but different in the sense na kaya nagsasuffer yung box office because people now aren't convinced. There's not enough to convince them to leave their houses. After all, if I wait 2 or 3 months, lalabas din naman to sa mga streamer websites eh. Netflix, HBO, Discovery, Disney, Amazon, Apple, they're all gonna come out there anyway. Why should I waste my time going out and spending more money than I should? And then, of course, other economic factors. Why will I spend this much to begin with, right? I'm already suffering in life. So, now what did I want to say? Now, I feel like that's why Hollywood in general is trying to do their best to, or mainstream media, Hollywood, they're doing their best to hold on to something that I feel is fleeting already. Mawawala na, eventually Hollywood is gonna be erased. Like, that's my take. Or they're gonna be forced to work with the internet world, the creators, the new media, right? Permissionless media, so that they're able to withstand and survive this weird clash of worlds where you now have internet celebrities who are now as prominent and recognizable and significant and influential as your traditional celebrities. I mean, Mr. Beast, chat. I don't need to say much. I mean, but Mr. Beast, if I'm not mistaken, Beast Games Season 1 is the most watched original TV series on Prime. Tama ba? That's crazy. And now there's Beast Games 2, which, you know, has higher ratings than Beast Games 1. You literally have a YouTuber running multi-million-dollar businesses. Say less when it comes to Logan Paul. You know, problematic as he is. But there's also Logan Paul na controlling the game. When you look at his roots, YouTuber. Diba? Mark Rober, with his, again, multi-million-dollar business, Crunch Labs. It's a different ball game for sure, because it didn't happen overnight. It took decades for internet celebrities, creators to find footing into the mainstream world, into everybody's everyday lives as household names, diba? But it's happening. And right now, those two worlds are clashing. I'm on the side, as a creator, syempre, I'm on the side of creators who will eventually take over all of media. But I do feel like ang last hope ng Hollywood is to find ways to work with the internet or new media. I mean, it's not even in Hollywood, chat. You can go look at news, TV outlets. Ratings are falling down. Have you heard CNN now has betting? Did you know that, chat? CNN, you can now bet while watching the news. I think they made a deal with Kashi. What's that? Kashi ba yun? No, not Kashi. Wait. It's a Poly Market. Poly Market. Kashi? It sounds like Kashi. Kalshi. Right? I can't put this on for too long. Magagalit si TikTok. But Kalshi is basically a Poly Market where you can bet on anything. And while watching the news, CNN literally partnered up with Kalshi so that you could now bet on anything. So let's say there is there's an anchor, diba? There's a news anchor, and my bet, will this news anchor say this word in the next 30 minutes? They can literally do that. So it becomes very, of course, ang daming problems that will arise just from that, because what's stopping CNN from rigging it? What's stopping CNN from insider deals being made? It's preposterous talaga. But that's the lengths that traditional media will take to stay as relevant as they could be. Because between your average CNN show and watching this dude, chat, to us they're just numbers, but you have to look at it. You have to look at it by that. Between CNN and this dude, who literally has a couple million per video, who do you think people are watching more? Right? This guy, 13 million views. Do you think CNN gets 13 million views? Diba? So, yung mga sinasabi ni Mr. Beast, right? Or Mr. Beast, or these big creators, to us it seems silly when Mr. Beast is gonna go out and say, yeah, I'm just using Mr. Beast as an example, but of course there are many different creators. Okay, so between Mr. Beast, look at this chat. No, let's go to the Mr. Beast main page there.
Hidden in this.
All right, so between Mr. Beast and, let's say, the best TV show on Netflix, let's say Stranger Things. Do you think there are 86 million people watching an episode of Stranger Things? Right? 99 million people watching an episode of Squid Games, right? Look at 136. These seem like they're just numbers on the screen, numbers on YouTube, on the internet, which to us, ano lang yan, it's something we see every day. But the reality of it is that when you compare it to TV series, these are astonishing numbers. These are numbers that they do not get. So I feel like I feel like the internet really is the next frontier when it comes to media. Creators, people on the internet, sila yung susunod talaga. Because what TV show can consistently get this much eyeballs? Diba? What's this? The CNN betting reminds me of the Netflix adaptation of Bet. Yeah, it's real, Kalshi. Esports, yeah. You know the movie Back to the Future? Back to the Future. When Marty goes to the future where Biff, Back to the Future where Biff is the leader, future Biff. There you go. This part. Right? Where everything is literally gambling. Feeling ko andun tayo ngayon. Andun tayo ngayon. We are in that future now that everything is just gambling. because it banks on people's despair and their emotions when it comes to the way a lot of us are really having a hard time with life right now. Why not Mr. Beast? Like, I get Logan Paul. I'm not a big Logan Paul fan. I am fascinated by his skill as a wrestler and his marketing prowess. But I know that dude scammed many people, and up until today, hindi pa nidi-disprove yung scam na yun. But why not Mr. Beast? Why not Mr. Beast? I've been following this dude since 2020. So, arguably, nung time na napanood ko si Mr. Beast, ano na siya, malaking creator na siya. But I've watched his podcasts, I've watched his long-form interviews, and he seems like a decent dude. Yung tropa niyang alleged SA, I followed that when it blew up, and if I remember correctly, third-party investigators saw nothing. And that's why I think back in the team na yata yung tropa niya. I forget her name. She's trans, right? So, ano yun, na-disprove na yun. There were no problems with her. But I do know that in Beast Games 1, nagkaroon ng issues dun. Like, labor issues with Beast Games 1. You think scripted lahat? What makes you say Pao? I mean, what makes you say Paolo? Baka isipin ni Paolo di eh. Yeah. No, the Mr. Beast. Yan ba may portrait siya nung anime na nasa wall? Wala pa rin si Ava with Mr. Beast? Hasn't it been disproven already? What? No. No. Same people sa mga shows niya? I mean, I know Vitaly does that, but so far wala pa with Mr. Beast. Oh, I may be mistaken then if it's not yet disproven. Hindi pa ba sila nagre-reunite? Is that why we don't see Ava in Beast Games 2 as well? Okay, I can be wrong kung hindi pa natapos yung investigation. But the fact that he released an official statement about it, calling for a proper investigation, speaks volumes, right? One of his best friends removed after all those allegations. Huh. I don't know. What's the update? What's the update anyway? Mr. Beast. Ava Tyson. There you go. What is the news? Grooming claims. That's 2024 when it broke out. Here. I do not know the specifics. Yeah, I remember that. There's the grooming part. Sexual misconduct. So wala pa, no? Mr. Beast, Ava Tyson. I know there are many people trying to bring down Mr. Beast. The guy who won in Beast Games 1 is in Beast Games 2. You want me to spoil you, Pao? Spoiler alert for Beast Games 2 in case you have plans on watching it. But I feel like they're good with their editing. They're very, very, very clever with their editing. That's why it may feel like it's scripted, but you do have to keep in mind that when they go edit these, especially with Beast Games, right? With Beast Games, they already know how everything went. They know how everything finished. So they're gonna edit it retroactively in such a way that they put focus on who the viewer should put focus on. Kasi alam nila yung relevance nila sa storyline. So that's why it can look scripted, right? But the editing is very clever. Okay. All right. So I may have had it mixed because alam ko Mr. Beast tried to do at sa alam ko Mr. Beast tried to open up investigations for both of those cases. So yung Beast Games yung okay. Pati yung abuse na disprove na. But the Ava Tyson one is the one that is still nowhere. Okay. I know, Pao. But I feel like, okay, here's my take. I know how that seems funny, but here's my take. I feel like those two contestants knew exactly what they were doing. If millions and millions of people are gonna watch you participate in the game show, won't you, if you are, yourself looking to have your claim to fame, hindi mo ba itatry i-milk yung moment na yun? I don't think they actually loved each other or liked each other. I feel like they're doing it for the vlog. Kasi guaranteed millions of views yun eh. Oh, there you go. What's that? Forest and Sheena 90 Days. I don't think I've seen that video yet. Forest, Sheena 90 Days. What's this? 90 Day Fiancé? Is that it? I don't know. I haven't seen this one. Yeah, I haven't seen this one. But anyway, chat, I think we can move on. Okay na epidemic. Oh, look at this. Cool guides. I don't know. Oh, wait. We can always circle back. Nag-reply nga pala. So this is Levi. Alias Gabriel. Levi messaging SM Cinema to ask for Markiplier's movie to be showed in SM. Good day, SM Cinema. I'd like to humbly request for any SM Cinema branch to hopefully pick up a few screenings of Iron Lung. It's an independent film by Markiplier, and I, along with a lot of fans, would undoubtedly pay to watch the movie here in the Philippines. Due to the nature of them not having a distributor, they only have screenings in the US, and thus the reason for this email. That is all, and I hope my email finds you well and fuels your drive to let us watch Iron Lung on your big screens. Respectfully yours, Gabriel. How long did it take them to reply? Welcome to SM, Sir Gabriel. Thank you for reaching out to us regarding your request to screen the upcoming film Iron Lung. At this time, we do not yet have details or the official list of movies scheduled for release next year. We truly appreciate your interest and enthusiasm, and please be assured that we will announce updates once the confirmed lineup becomes available. We value your feedback and will take this into consideration as we evaluate future film selections for our cinemas. Thank you for your continued support of SM Cinemas. Ooh, not bad. Yeah, this beats I don't want to rant, but I will. This beats the email I sent a bank the other day. And then, I pinaghirapan ko yung email ko. I attached so many files only for them to reply back with some lame template, man. Very annoying. Very annoying. Not gonna name drop the brand because of course we're not like that. Okay. What is this? Really, really quickly. Everyday etiquette no one teaches you. Return borrowed things in the same or better condition. Okay. Of course. Let others exit elevators before you enter. Sama mo na yung MRT. This is the crazy thing about the MRT. I know I told you this chat already. Pero sa MRT, di ba? Pasok muna. Pasok muna. Huwag na natin palabasin yung mga lalabas ng train. Pasok muna tayo. And then end up nagkakabara. Ay, kakaibang tanong yan, LJ Stolen moments. If someone shows you one photo, don't swipe through the rest. Pro tip, chat. If you have incriminating photos, I feel like you should be creating an album just for the photos you want to show that person. I'm pretty sure people trolled this already in the comments. Hold the door if someone is right behind you, of course. Tip well when service is good. Okay. Don't abandon your shopping cart in the middle of the aisle. Okay. Don't play loud music on public transport. Hell yeah, chat. May update. Tingnan din natin yan, Romeo. If you cancel plans, try to reschedule. Yeah. Yeah, that's always a good one. Put your phone away during in-person conversations, of course. This is something that can easily come off as a holier-than-thou moment. But it usually pays off, chat. The more that people go away from their phones every time nagkakaroon ng get-together, the more the get-together seems to be more memorable. Always knock before entering. Okay. Let people exit the place before you go in. Okay. Clean up after yourself in shared spaces. Of course. Nothing questionable here. Acknowledge staff. Make eye contact. Say thank you. Don't take phone calls on speaker in public. Yeah. If you borrow a car, return it with fuel. Yes. This one is something I learned maybe about 5 years ago only. Nakapaghihiram ng kotse. Return it with fuel. And if possible, kung hiniram mo ng matagal, pa-car wash mo na rin. Car wash plus full tank of gas, yung ultimate thank you. But bare minimum, return it with the same amount of fuel, if not more. Kung may calculator app, make sure hindi nila alam yung password mo. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. Respect personal space. Ooh, not in the Philippines, bruh. I mean, I try my best to do this. But in the Philippines, I think sa ATM lang ino-obey itong rule na to. If you make a mess, clean it immediately, of course. Keep your voice down in quiet public spaces, of course. Don't comment on someone's food choices unless they ask. Yeah, sure. Like, of course, but at the same time, if somebody questions my food choices, I'm more than happy to explain. I know, chat, you love my food choices. I know. Unless si Bok. Oh yeah, use your elbow to catch a sneeze or cough. I know, man. This is cool, chat. Ano to? This is something that I'm sure uso na to before the pandemic, but this is a very useful thing. Use your elbow to catch a sneeze or cough, not your hand like the guy in the poster. They're implicitly learned. My parents explicitly taught me these things. That's how I know them. Hell yeah. Let's go! Red Badger, SWG! What the hell? Let's go! Don't watch your short videos in public transport. Yeah. Ito yun eh. It will cover this one. There's don't play loud music in public transport. I feel like it covers that. I know. SWG, excited ka na ba mag-birthday? Parehas na tayong magta-30 this year. Let's go! Leaving our 20s, SWG. Office Ninja, what's up? That's basically society's rules to not be categorized as an asshole. OP rage baiting with no one teaches you. Adequate parenting teaches that, of course. Yeah, chat. Yeah, I feel like a lot of these things kaya ituro ng parents natin, if not the internet. No. Yo. In our 30s, I'm ready to leave my 20s, okay? 30s na tayo. 30s, here I come. I'm ready. I'm ready to come for you. Okay, the black box. Okay. What did you send over here, chat? Ito, Totoy update. Let's watch a Totoy update.
Mga kapatid, para sa News
I know, I'm ready for my trentahin era.
5 now, ako si Gio Robles. Nandito tayo ngayon sa estasyon ng
I hate that we're lagging on watching a TikTok video.
Makati City Police at dito nga muling dinala ng mga tauhan ng NBI itong si alias Totoy. Siya yung driver ng aktres na si Rian Ramos. Kanina binalikan ni Totoy yung mga lugar kung saan siya umano nakaranas ng pagmamalupit laban naman sa dalawang pulis Makati. Matatandaan na 3 araw na kulong dito si alias Totoy dahil nga sa reklamong qualified theft na isinampa ni Ramos at ng kaibigan niyang beauty queen na si Michelle D. Kasama ito sa mga iniimbestigahan ng NBI kaugnay sa reklamo ni alias Totoy na torture at illegal detention laban kay Rian Ramos.
Yo, ang galing nitong news. Ang galing nitong news anchor, ah. This guy is not reading a script. This is all off the cuff. Look at that. Galing, ah.
Michelle D at sa isa pang beauty queen na si Samantha Panilio at kasama din dyan yung dalawang bodyguard naman na nagmalupit din umano kay alias Totoy ng illegal detention doon sa kondo ng dati niyang amo. Dito pa rin po yan sa Makati. Yan muna ang latest mula dito sa Makati.
What? That's not news. That's not news. That's not an update. That's already stuff we know. Is there something we don't know? Is there something we don't know?
Para sa News 5 Now, Gio Robles.
Oh, yun eh. Wala. May update na ba? What I do know is that I don't know if it's because of the comments swaying public opinion, but right now nagiging okay, sige, check natin. Nagiging mas unbelievable na slowly yung mga sinasabi raw ni Totoy. Nag-iiba ba na raw yung kwento? To begin with, jumping from the 39th and landing in the 25th floor is already unreal on its own. Pero based and then based on the comments I've been reading lately, and comments hindi to video mismo, public opinion is swaying the other direction. That what he's saying is not believable. But I don't know. Let's see.
Kinwestiyon ng ina ng aktres na si Rian Ramos ang pagtulong ng isang grupo sa dati niyang driver. Hanggang ngayon, iniimbestigahan pa rin ng...
Let's watch the full video. Let's watch the video para makinabang yung mga nasa YouTube dito. Makita nyo na widescreen to. News 5. News 5. Video. Kinwestiyon ng ina ng actress. 1 hour ago. Damn it, they have so many videos. Kailan to pinost? 49 minutes ago? Oh, so it's very recent. Hanapin natin Rian. How do you spell Rian? Rian. Yun. 3 days. Ito 1 hour ago. Yun. Found it.
Kinwestiyon ng ina ng aktres na si Rian Ramos ang pagtulong ng isang grupo sa dati niyang driver. Hanggang ngayon, iniimbestigahan pa rin ng NBI ang salaysay ng driver na sinaktan umano ni Ramos at ng mga kaibigan nito. Nasa frontline ng balitang yan, si Gio Robles.
Sinamahan ng mga tauhan ng NBI si alias Totoy sa Makati City Police kanina. Isa-isang binalikanan.
This is large because this is only 1 hour ago.
Dating driver ni Rian Ramos ang mga silid sa estasyon kung saan siya dinala bago ikulong dahil umano sa pagnanakaw ng mga sensitibong larawan ng dating amo. Kasama sa mga
bigong ituro ang 2 pulis Makati na nanakit umano sa kanya. Oh man!
Nirereklamo ni Totoy ng pananakit ang 2 pulis Makati habang nakapiit siya mula January 19 hanggang 22. Nauna nang ikinwento yan ni Totoy sa kanyang sinumpaan.
I mean, people have their kinks, I suppose. Right? Printed photos. It could be Polaroids, Chad. It could be Polaroids. Just, I mean, have a little imagination. Imagine, di ba? You know, you're having fun. Take Polaroids. Not that I've done it before.
Ang salaysay sa NBI. Matapos ang pag-iikot, bigo si Totoy na ituro ang 2 pulis Makati na kanyang dinadawit sa reklamong torture at illegal detention laban kina Rian Ramos, Michelle D., Samantha Panlilio at 2 pang bodyguard. Nakahanda naman daw ang pamunuan ng Makati City Police na makipagtulungan sa investigasyon para matukoy ang 2 dinadawit na pulis Makati. Kasama sa mga sinisilip ngayon ng NBI ang mga CCTV footage.
Here we go! Here we go!
Sa detention facility ng Makati City Police. Sa kopya ng CCTV na nakuha ng News 5, makikita ang paglabas-masok ni Totoy sa pasilidad kung saan siya ikinulong. Ilang beses inilabas sa pasilidad si Totoy, lalo na noong isinailalim siya sa inquest. Kalaunan, na-dismiss ang reklamong qualified theft laban sa kanya noong January 22. Hayagan namang kinwestiyon ng nanay ni Rian Ramos na si Clara ang tulong na ibinibigay ng VACC.
I don't understand VACC support for a lying thief. Nagpa-interview pa left and right, dishing out unverified information.
Ay alias Totoy na tinawag niyang sinungaling at magnanakaw. Hindi raw niya maintindihan kung bakit binibigyan ng plataporma ang dating driver ng anak na ayon sa kanya nagpapakalat ng hindi beripikadong impormasyon. Mariing kinundina ni Mrs. Ramos ang umano'y sistematikong paninira kay Rian. Masakit daw bilang ina na makitang niyuyurakan ang pagkatao ng anak.
Watching the internet tear my daughter apart for things she didn't do. She doesn't deserve this. Sure, through the years we know bashers will bash, but this is brutal and whoever's running this show is sick. Damn, imagine if this isn't real at all. Right? And then talagang fabricated lang lahat to. Damn!
Sa social media, hindi raw ito deserve ng kanyang anak. Iginiit naman ni VACC President Boy Evangelista na naiintindihan niya ang mga patutsada ng nanay ni Ramos. Paliwanag pa ni Evangelista.
Aren't these like 30,000 pesos each? Even more itong mga to? Don't these cost a lot of money? What are these called, chat? Curious pa rin ako dun sa ampaw. Yeah, of course. Right to due process yan. I think it just sucks because very high profile yung case. May motor. Ibang Michelle D yung na-attack. That sucks, man. Chad, what do you call these Mickey Mouse looking things? May tawag dito, di ba? Mickey Mouse looking statues. No. Cows? Yun ba yun? Cows? Statues. Yeah, these things, man. These things, they're very expensive. Anyway, just thought of looking for that. Ay, iba yung cows? So ano to? What are these? What are these? Iba yung cows? Hidden... No. Klaus? Statue? No. Quit trolling, Office Ninja. What's this? No. Mickey look alike statue famous. Like, they love collecting these things, man. No, it's not this. But they're everywhere. I see them everywhere. Souvenir shops, specialty stores. Here. Hype Beast. There you go. Yeah, it is the Cow's Companion. It is Cow's. Cow's. Yeah, but these all look different. This one looks more like a bear. Anyway, we digress.
Wala pang abogado sa ngayon si Totoy, kaya VACC daw muna ang tumutulong sa...
Chat, I can't. I just have to. I can't get over it. It's stuck in my brain. What is this? There you go, Bear Brick. Bear Brick. That's what I've been saying. Is it? Bear Bricks. There you go. I guess that's it, right? Bear Bricks. Estimate the market value of this model. What's FNAF? Usually $20 to $50. Your Bear Brick. From the photo, it appears to have graffiti street art style. Not obviously a major brand collab like Cows. And it looks like decorative. Based on market data. $500 to $2,000. Ooh. A freaky girl? Wait, what? Where did that come from? Why did you say that, SWG?
Sa kanya.
Ang mandate namin is to assist victims of injustice. Lumapit sa amin, sa office namin. So, it is my duty to assist him.
I love the photo that they used of Boy Evangelista, my AirPod.
Speak in his behalf. I am speaking in behalf of Totoy because just to level up, just to level the playing field.
Yes po.
Para naman it's a fight between David and Goliath.
Handa naman daw makipagtulungan sa mga otoridad ang beauty queen na si Samantha Panlilio. Ayon sa kanyang mga abogado, kampante sila na maibabasura rin ang reklamo ni Totoy laban sa kanila. Nagbabalita mula sa Frontline, Gio Robles.
Yo, that's crazy.
Muling nag-ain ng reklamong qualified theft.
I don't know. It smells like out-of-court settlements right now.
Ang beauty queen actress na si Michelle D. laban sa dating driver at personal assistant ni Rian Ramos na si alias Totoy. Kasama sa mga isinumiting ebidensya ang sinasabing angpaw na ninakaw umano. Nakatutok si John.
Yeah, I feel like, I'll be honest, Chad. I feel like the focus on the ampaw, because of course it has, quote unquote explicit photos, and that being the center of attention of everybody, kind of gives me a little bit of an ick, because the focus here shouldn't be on the ampaw. Everybody's just so curious about the sexual nature of the ampaw, and I get it. But kapag kinakalimutan na yung totoong issue, dun ako, like people don't care about the issue. They just care about, ano ba yung laman ng ampaw? I wanna see it. Almost as if it's like that. That's when I feel bad, because lalo na kung totoo yung kaso, no, na talagang sinaktan yung victim. That would suck, man. That would suck na yung naging focus yung ampaw. But at the same time, if people's curiosity for the ampaw creates awareness of the entire case, then I guess in the end, it's okay.
Konsulta.
Yeah, ayun, sinabit na nga yung ampaw eh. Yo! Si Michelle dito. Oh, why is she not wearing white? Nice bag. Why is she not wearing white? Normally, naka-white tong mga to kapag nag-aayin ng kaso.
Muling inihain ng beauty queen at aktres na si Michelle D sa Makati Prosecutor's Office ang reklamong qualified theft laban kay alias Totoy, ang dating driver at personal assistant ng kaibigang si Rian Ramos.
Allegation po na kinuha niya po yung ampaw na naglalaman po ng 10 items na valuable items ni Michelle D without her knowledge and consent.
Paliwanag ng abogado ni Michelle, kailangang i-refile ang reklamo para masunod ang tamang proseso. Na-dismiss kasi ang naunang reklamo ni D dahil hindi na raw maaaring ma-inquest si alias Totoy noon dahil mahabang panahon na ang
Di ba bawal yun? You cannot be charged for the same thing twice. Isn't there a rule like that? Right to double jeopardy, right? To double jeopardy. Yeah, right? Bawal yun ah. The right against double jeopardy is a constitutional guarantee that prohibits subjecting an individual to a second subsequent prosecution for the same offense after a valid conviction, acquittal, or unjustified dismissal. It protects against being tied or punished twice for the same act, often rooted in 1987 Constitution. Yeah, double jeopardy.
Mula nang mangyari.
Chat, sobrang trentahe na ba natin? Nanonood na tayo ng balita on stream? Is this what happens when we enter our 30s? We now watch news on stream. Ito na tayo, no? Okay. Okay, I guess. Alright, we gotta accept it.
Ang umano'y pagnanakaw noong Disyembre. Ayon daw sa prosecutor, kailangan na raw dumaan ang reklamo sa preliminary investigation.
Naging issue lang po doon sa resolution ng Office of the City Prosecutor noong January 19 inquest investigation is whether or not subject po ba for inquest yung kaso. Kaya sinabi po nila na dalhin sa regular preliminary investigation at doon po natin investigahan at saka po nila aaksyonan ang merits ng kaso whether or not there's a reasonable certainty of conviction to indict Mr. for qualified theft na ifinal po ni Miss Michelle.
I mean, these lawyers are being paid a hefty amount. So I do feel like they know what they're doing. I don't think this will fall in the double right against double jeopardy clause or right. So I feel like they're going another route here, but because it feels stupid if they're just gonna do it all over again, knowing that it's a losing cause.
Kalakip ng reklamo ang litrato ng umano'y kinuha ni alias Totoy nang walang
Talaga yung ampaw, my gosh. people be salivating about what's inside the ampaw.
Tulot ang ampaw na may lamang mga valuables daw ni
Imagine submitting this as evidence, huh? Imagine having to submit this. What the heck, dude?
10 daw ang laman ng ampaw at siyam dito isinuli na ni alias
And then it's also being called valuables right now. Notice the terms being used.
Totoy. Pero may isa pang nawawala na nauna na niyang sinabi na wala raw ito sa kanya. Kanina, kasama ang NBI, binalikan ni alias Totoy ang Makati Police Station kung saan siya dinala matapos ireklamo doon ni D. Aligasyon niya, sinaktan umano siya ng mga pulis habang nakadetine mula January 19 hanggang sa
Nadetine? Yun pala ang detain, no? Nadetine.
Malaya noong January 22. Ipinakita ni alias Totoy
Sabirio.
kung saan siya idinaan at ang kwarto na pinangyarihan ng umano'y pananakit. Nangako si Makati Chief of Police, Police Colonel Pedro Alagano ng full transparency at cooperation sa investigating team. Binigyan din ng Makati Police ang NBI ng kopya ng CCTV habang andun si alias Totoy. Para sa GMA Integrated News, John Consulta, nakatutok 24.
Yo, this is big. Again, we don't know enough right now. Kulang talaga sa information. It's a continuously developing story. So it's tough to make any assumptions or any credible takes because it's just, developing. Dismissed for inquest? What does that mean? O, diba, I agree, Charlie. Ito na ang entry for January. Sampi pa more? Ha? 10 pa more. Baka si Poke James pang February na. For refiling lang, not a total dismissal. Okay. Okay, may pinadala dito si LJ since we're talking about toys.
Yo, Barbie girls are
Okay, here we go.
black girls.
Barbecue!
Yo, Barbie girls are black girls.
Barbecue!
That's funny. Chat, kinwento ko kay Ali Orts yung pinagsasabi nyo kagabi. You remember when we watched last night's video? Yung natamaan ng ambulance? Chat, it's on record. You know who you are. You know who you are. You know who you are. This video. Wait, where is that? Where is that? This video. You know who you are.
Pretty ambulance.
No, no. Chad, don't say it. No, no. Chad, no. By the way, she's alive. She's alive. Just so you know, she's alive. Okay, baka mamaya masyadong matakot si SWG. She's alive. She's okay. But chat, kinwento ko sa kanya yung pinagsasabi yun. Sabi ng chat, tank build daw. Sabi nung chat, buti na lang may ambulansya na kaagad. Sabi ng chat, wala raw tao yung isang ambulance kaya kailangan nilang maghanap ng isa pa. Chat. Sabi ni Ali Orts, magsimba na at nang mawala na ang kademonyohan nating lahat. Okay, here again, SWG, I feel like I wasn't able to show it properly. But this is the question. This is the video in question.
Give way to the authority. Ambulance.
Ayan, SWG alam mo na yung pinagsasabi ng chat. Hey Sam, inunahan na ng ambulance. No, we're not supposed to be laughing, chat. No. Chat, lock in. Lock in, okay? Okay? No, SWG. You're not supposed to say that. Oh my God. No. No, lock in. No, don't laugh in. Lock in. Okay? Biktima ng road accident si ate na bumili lang ng mantika, no? At binalik pa yung mantika sa kanya which I found rather fascinating. Yung mantika natin, ibalik na. No. Hindi na yupi. She is no, chat. Chat, be nice. Be nice. Malapit na mag-Valentine's. Kailangan, mababait daw. Yung mga mababait daw, maganda ang date sa Feb 14. Okay? Pinagpapalad daw ang mga mababait sa Valentine's. Okay? So, malapit na ang Valentine's. Anong airbag? No. What do you mean 9 lives? No. No, chat. Come on. So, what's this? I mean, to be fair, the pedestrian lane is just a few meters away. Right? So, that's something that could have been easily avoided. And I suppose that's why the jokes are running wild. Because to a good extent, kasalanan ni ate girl. My ages, that joke is, that's a deep pull, Paolo. My ages, di ba Dota joke yan? Pink tanker? Chat. Alright. Nailabas nyo na lahat. Naka-Vanguard. I know those jokes. Mga Dota reference yan. Kasi naka-tank top. Okay. Alright, chat. What's your excuse? Si SWG, pasok. Diba? Pasok. Naka-tank top daw. Kaya niya tinatawag na pink tank build. Okay? Full defense stats. Oh, di ba? Pink tanker. Come on, man. Chat, I've never seen you been this noisy to talk about somebody who got hit by a van. Come on. Oh, no. Bangga, giba. Ang bumangga, giba. Alright, chat. Now that it's out of your system, okay, now that it's gone, we can move on to a different topic. Gusto ko lang sabihin sa inyo na respect, proper etiquette, no one teaches you, okay? No, no revive item. Alright, let's, now that you got that out, chat, you know what? Let's talk about one of the topics for tonight's video. Have you seen this? If you love animals and you really don't like animal cruelty, I don't think you should be watching the next part of this stream. Skog. She should have gotten out of the way, right? Right. Diba? She should have gotten out of the way. Correct. Okay. Chat, ito. I saw this earlier, and it's very sad. So, horse tied to truck and forced to run. A case of animal cruelty in Misamis Oriental. Have you seen this? I hope the Philippines can have stricter laws and more severe punishment against animal cruelty. I'm tired of seeing posts like this of animals being obviously hurt and tortured and being casually shared online like it's nothing. Some comments said that the horse died. This happened in Dragon's Tail Claveria and shared by Alexis Pradya on Facebook if you want to check out the video and her whole post. Share it and tag news outlets and animal organizations. Let's all rally for the implementation of stricter laws against animal cruelty. So the rumor is that the horse died. Let's see the video. Alex horse. Facebook. What? That's not the person who posted it. Where's the video? I saw the video. I saw the video, chat. Literal horsepower. O nga, no, Year of the Horse. Pwede baliktad yung driver naman itali. Oh my gosh. Maybe we'll find it on TikTok.
Okay, I'm exploring it.
Horse dragged by car. Here. So react video na lang to. I don't think this is the original one.
Ate bangking oh. Yawa.
Crazy, right? Crazy. So that's the video. I'm trying to look for the original one because stitched lang daw.
Ate bangking oh. Yawa.
More here.
Ate bangking oh.
Ito yung original video. Found it. Damn it! Ayun.
Ate bangking oh. Yawa.
By the way, what the hell was that stitch? Right? That person literally didn't do anything other than repost it. Anyway. Update. Patay na yung horse. Nag-collapse. Exhausted. Considered ba to as animal cruelty? Oh, it's tied like that? How is the horse tied?
Ate bangking oh. Yawa.
Oo nga, no. Look at how it's tied, chat. Look at how the horse is tied.
Ate bang.
We can watch the video in slow-mo, better slow-mo when we hold on here.
Ate bangking oh.
Yan.
Yawa.
There, look at how the horse is. There you go. What the hell? Yan na yung tali, oh. Look at that, chat. Yun yung tali, oh, sa leeg. And niyayank na yung horse. Look at that. Would the reason for this? I don't know. I think the reason for this is to train the horse, is what I would think. But to punish a horse for this or torture it for fun, it's pretty dumb. Genuinely, what were they trying to do? Transport the horse? I don't even know why I thought they would be training the horse. The horse doesn't even look fit for sport, diba? Initially, I would think that the horse is being trained for sport. Pero parang nasa payat na end yung kabayo, hindi ba? Or nah, I'm wrong. Look at the horse. It's pretty damn muscular. But still stands, right? I don't think this is proper training either. Diba? I don't think it's proper training at all. I don't think that they're doing anything that is supposed to be meaningful. Ang gusto lang yata nila, this is either torture or like whether intentional or not. Sa comments sa TikTok, nabasa ko, training daw para sa karera. Kung talaga nalalaro sila, they will know that anything below 50 and what profound mental intelligence. What? Ano yan? Mindanao. Kung may mga defenders dyan stating na training to for horses, F you po. Hindi ganito ang training ng horses. Hindi din pang karera yung horse. This is plain and simple animal cruelty. There is absolutely no reason for a man to do this except to torture the horse. Yes, first of all, di sa kalsada nagkakarera mga kabayo. So the training thing is BS. Diba? Username jokes. Dapat sila ang itali sa truck at patakbuhin mga demonyo. I wonder what the story is. Not only cruel to be forced to run to the point of exhaustion, horse hooves aren't meant to run on paved roads. So imagine it would be causing the animal extra long-lasting harm to its body if it's kept alive just enough to recover and go through this torment repeatedly. Yeah, so I saw this earlier, and is there anything else we're missing? I don't think there is, right? It's sad to see things like this. As it is, ang pangit na nga ng tingin natin sa sarili nating bansa. Maybe just me, right? Pero may mga ganito tayong makikita, ano? You know, I hope not to make this about the location of where this happened. Because that's just going to be attacking people's character instead of talking about the issue at hand. Because there are many questions going on sa video na to. First of all, why is a horse being made to run in paved road? What's the purpose of this entire act? Bakit nakatali sa leeg ng ganito? Why is there... Look at that. Look at that. Are those scars? These could be scars. Look at this, chat. Look. Is that a scar? It looks like it's... You know, if that's a scar, this is likely not the first time the horse was dragged in the way that it's being dragged right now. Baka ngayon lang na videoan. Diba? Baka ngayon lang na videoan. But if you look closely, right? Let's take another look at this. If you look closely, I don't think there's a way to zoom it. God, look at that. Look at this, Chad. Look at this. You know, the way the horse is being dragged is that the car is obviously going too fast for the horse to keep up. Look at the way that the horse's neck is being stretched. That's crazy. Diba? Look. Inahatak yung horse, forced to run. Okay, and then about the scar, if you look here and zoom in closer, you will see that the horse has... let's take a screenshot. Yan, may screenshot tayo. If you look closely, it looks like the horse has scars on its neck already. From, you know, you can see it in that photo. You can see it in this photo. Right? It's already scarred previously. So this may not be the first time na hinahatak siya. Just so many questions, right? Because obviously na rule out na yung training idea for the horse, because I'll be honest, initially hindi yung inisip ko, and you know, now that I know the correct answer, I'm pretty stupid for thinking that to begin with. hindi naman daw sa road kumakarera ang mga kabayo, bakit sa road tinitraining, quote unquote. So it's dumb to think that. I'm dumb to think that. So it's obviously not transport either, because the horse can clearly just be placed on the freaking truck, right? So what's the point, right? What's the point of this entire act? Yeah. Why is nobody, that's another good question, right? Why is nobody stopping this? Why is it not getting enough attention? Bakit walang plate number? Walang plate number, oh. Walang plate number yung kotse na to. Right? What's happening, man? There's no news. This is fresh. This happened earlier today. So I truly hope that, you know, justice prevails in this case, because horses are very beautiful creatures. Kung tayo nga may compassion tayo sa dogs, horses are magnificent creatures, and they don't deserve this kind of treatment. This is the most painful one. Look at this. Look at how painful this photo is. It's being dragged. It's, you know, it kind of looks like kayang kumip up ng horse. But at the same time, based on yung hatak ng rope, yung tightness ng rope, wala nang slack eh. Wala nang slack yung rope. Based on how it's pulling already on the head, this is already dragging the horse. It's not the truck it's not the horse going with the truck. It's yanking on it. Diba? May iba pa bang video dito? Yeah, man. Animal Welfare Act. Animal Welfare Act 1998. Protecting all terrestrial, aquatic, and marine animals by regulating animal facilities, prohibiting cruelty, and ensuring proper care. It penalizes animal maltreatment, torture, neglect, and illegal killing with fines and imprisonment. Wow, including birds. But basically, you know, hope justice prevails in this case. Shit, this is just bad, man. All kinds of bad. Other than reactions on the internet, there's not much else. Not much else. Tiny fine. Tiny fine. Feeling ko Romeo. Anong trip? Bakit di nila itali yung mga sarili nila sa mga sasakyang umaandar? Fuck these people. There's no justification for this. Diba? Anyway, I saw it. Thought I would share. And we want to see this develop also. Okay, we move on, chat. We move on. We move on. We move on. Diba? Walang plate number, nakapag-drive. Okay. This is something that I saw and I wanted to share also. I know two negative things in a row may suck, but I promise I'll try to make the next one lighter. But I saw this and I do have my own story to share, but let's take a read at this Reddit thread first. Harap-harapang pangungurakot ng LTO. What's this, Charlie? Ang lala, parang hindi na natakot. Nakalimutan ata na tax natin nagpapasahod sa kanila at parang kailangang utang na loob ba?
Bago ang lahat, magandang gabi mga kapwa ko tagahanga. Pebrero na. Pebrero na. Ito na ang buwan ng ikaw ay magiging 30 at mahigit pa. Nawa ang iyong kalusugan ay laging maganda. Upang maipagpatuloy ang pagbibigay saya. Moist.
What do you mean, trentahin at mahigit pa? I'm just entering my 30s, lactose boy. W's in the chat for lactose boy. Yeah, I saw that. Let's talk about that too. We have time to talk about that. Okay, so tinanggal yung fixer pero may ganito, mga walang hiya, paligbhasa, mga kampo ng demonyo, garapal at mga buhaya. Sana sabay-sabay kayong masunog sa impyerno, mga hayop kayo. This guy is hella mad. Right? Hindi po pwede cash. No cash accepted. My convenience fee, 60 pesos plus 2.24% ng total purchase sum na hindi makikita sa resibo ng LTO. Damn! It doesn't matter what this is for, but what is this for? Anyway, I don't know what this is for. It could be, kung sa LTO to, it could be a fee to probably print out your documents. Or maybe reprinting of license or processing of whatever papers, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what this is for. But to see that this is what it takes to get something processed is crazy to me. 60 pesos plus 2.24% ng total purchase sum. And 2.24%, if I'm not mistaken, covers the fee of whatever online transaction that it is. So it could be GCash, it could be Maya, it could be, any payment gateway or payment processing merchant or vendor or whatever you call them. But the 2.24% covers that. Because normally, that 2.24%, yun yung kinikita ng institution or ng middleman nung nag-transact ng business. So it's crazy that they want the entire amount. Like, they're not, there's so many things wrong with this. First of all, an A60. Second of all, why are they passing on the transaction fee to the person paying that amount? Why don't they absorb it? Then third of all, bakit walang resibo? Chat, dito sa condo namin, okay, nag-o-offer sila ng printing service. Now, I don't really want to talk about how much the printing service is, but let's just say it's minimal. Alright, I'll tell you how much it is. It's, I think 10 pesos. 10 pesos per page. Colored. 10 pesos per page, colored, they'll print it. So, nagbayad yata ako. No. 7 pesos per page, 4 pages yung pinaprint ko, 28 pesos colored. Depending on who you are or what you think of it, baka isipin niyo na masyadong mahal yun. So, 7 times 4, 28. So, punta ako sa office ng condo, nagbayad ako 28 pesos. Right? Kasi 4 pages, 7 pesos per page. And then, I thought that was it. Right? Okay, I pay you the money. Wala akong printer dito. I need things to get printed. I need to submit this to whoever. Later that night, in-email nila sa akin yung resibo. Like, an official receipt. So, to me, in my head, if my condo can do it for a measly 28 pesos, why can't one of the biggest government agencies have a receipt for this ridiculous transaction? And as it is, the LTO is under a lot of heat with what happened with James Deakin recently. Ngayon, may ganito naman sila. There has to be an explanation for this. There may be some things that we're missing. But the fact that we are paying, there could be a reason for it. It's something that we're missing. But I think the fact na wala siya sa resibo is the big question mark. Because isn't it the government, the BIR, who's also very pushy na dapat bawat transaction, basta kumita ka sa lupa ng Pilipinas, may income tax ka? Why isn't the same being applied here? Why isn't there a receipt here that the government themselves can track and claim taxes from? Why is this? Why does this happen in the very same government that squeezes us for our income taxes, not to mention every other tax you could think of? Diba? Kalokohan. Kalokohan to. Hindi makikita sa official na resibo ng LTO. Yeah. Yep, exactly. That's also another, that's also another very practical reason. Proof of payment to eh. Screenshot na lang. Screenshot na lang natin. No receipt needed. LTO isa sa pinakamay kasalanan ba't ang pangit sa Pinas. Sila may kasalanan bakit traffic. Madaming di marunong mag-drive. Kung bakit hindi iisa ang road rules. Madumi at mausok dahil walang maintenance mga sasakyan. Kung bakit madami ding potholes. Madaming kamote motorcycle drivers. Kung bakit aabutin ng 2 hours na biyahe na kaya namang 30 minutes lang. Kasalanan nila bakit din nagkumpulan lahat sa Manila dahil hindi maayos na mag-drive galing sa malayo dahil sa traffic. Yeah, I agree, man. LTO fucked us up. Why not ibayad? Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Hindi ko maintindihan. Yun yung pinaka-gripe ko eh. The same government that squeezes us to pay our taxes, penalizes us for not issuing receipts, cuts our throats, and threatens us with under-the-deal transactions if they catch us having double books. When they catch us having double books, sila mismo ganito, harap-harapan. Yeah. No, not threatens or cuts our throats, but makes deals, right? Makes very fishy deals under the table para lang hindi i-report ang mga hindi nila i-report ang mga double books or lapses in payment of taxes. Sila rin mismo yung ganito. F this shit, man. Anyway, what do you have to say? Truly one of the most dysfunctional and corrupt government offices. You know, is there any office that's actually doing its job properly? Except for the BSP? LTO Muntinlupa daw to. I think the BSP is the only government body that I feel is doing their job right. BSP, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Is the BSP a government institution? Because it is a central bank, right? Yeah, there you go. The BSP, probably the only government institution that does their job right. And as it is, they're also having a hard time already doing their job right. They're doing their best though. Okay, I promised you something light, so let's do something light. Oh, Dagdag ko na lang din pala, chat. Yung kwento ko pala, no? So, yung kwento ko dito, nagpa-renew ako ng license noong 2022. Swerte at nag-grant ako ng 10-year license. So, the next time I have to renew is not, for another 6 years. But basically, when I went through my driver's license renewal process, kailangan may medical to make sure that I'm of the, I'm of able body to drive a vehicle. And I kid you not, I was in and out of the medical office in 5 minutes. Pagpasok ko, hindi na rin ako tinimbang. Hindi naman daw kailangan, mukha naman daw akong fit. Hindi na rin ako binipi, mukha naman daw healthy ako. And then pagdating sa eye test, sabi, nagsasalamin ka ba? Hindi. Malabo ba mata mo? Hindi. Okay, yun na yun. And then, 500, walang resibo. Best part, katabi nung medical clinic na yun, yung LTO renewal na office. Literally, right beside each other. In and out, in under 5 minutes, 500 pesos for the medical, no receipt, and I didn't even get tested properly. Why? Right? Why? Tapos katabing-katabi niya pa yung LTO office. So, by the way, this clinic looks like it's being run privately. It doesn't look like it's part of the LTO office. So, whoever put that clinic right beside the LTO office knew exactly what they were doing. And I have a feeling they have very solid connections with the LTO office that's right beside it. Labo, diba? So yeah, again, another shot at LTO. Asan ng sabaw? In order ko bulalo. Okay, something light. Here I have something for you, chat. Something light. I'm trying to look for something light. Ito. Secretary Dizon yapping. Not gonna lie, I didn't watch the entire thing. But hopefully it's funny. Ito.
Araw-araw, milyong-milyon yung mga kababayan natin bumabiyahe dito. Can you imagine, no? Babiyahe ka ng 12, 4, 5 oras, ganito. Eh ako, ano pa lang 2 oras pa lang tayo, ang sakit na ng likod ko eh. Dahil sa lubak-lubak eh. And nandito pa tayo sa magandang parte ng Marik Highway.
Again?
Ngayon, araw-araw, milyong-milyon yung mga kababayan natin bumabiyahe.
Nasusuka na siya sa biyahe.
Can you imagine, no? Babiyahe ka ng 12, 4,
it looks like she's trying her best to lock in. Either she's having a panic attack or nasusuka nga talaga siya. Yeah, Charlie. Yeah, Charlie, I know what you're talking about. Maraming ganyan. The best is also when it's literally just a movie playing on a TV and then it's a dude sitting down looking closely at the TV. So get this. May TV dito. Andyan yung camera ko. Andito yung TV and the camera can see the TV and can see me. And the caption just goes, I bet you missed this in Avengers Endgame. And then the movie just plays. Yung part na yun sa Avengers. And then marami siyang ganun. It's just literally him sitting in front of the TV playing the scene, and then may caption lang na nakalagay. Yeah.
15 oras, ganito.
I know what you mean, Charlie.
Eh ako, ano pa lang eh, 2 oras pa lang tayo, ang sakit na ng likod.
What did the people say here? Yung inaantok ka na sa biyahe pero yung boss mo nagkikwento so need mo magpanggap na nakikinig. Sa utak mo siguro ni ma'am, tangina nito, di na lang tumahimik. Pilit na pilit ang ngiti ni ate. Trains for the win. Halos ganyan pare-parehas yung vibe ng mga madaming ebas. I think genuine naman siya sa mga sinasabi niya. But I'm still disappointed na ngayon lang napansin yung mga ganyan. When I went to Bicol a couple of times, maraming lubak. Ay wow, sineryoso niya yung comment, yung video, which I appreciate. Sana bigyan pansin. Wala na nga ilaw, wala pang proper cautionary measures, malalim pa yung mga lubak. I'm sorry, pero sino ba yung girl? Reporter, staff, pasahero lang talaga. Bagong USEC daw. Dizon is talking to everybody in the bus, not just her. Also, bata yan, early 30s. Chad! Let's say that again. Bata yan, early 30s. You read that right? It didn't come from me. It's from a comment here, a random comment that's just saying the truth, explaining the video properly with clarity and honesty. Also, bata yan, early 30s. One of those that entered DPWH via the Cadet Engineer Program. I think she came from a support group, so medyo malayo sa implementation and planning na pinagumulan ng nakawan. She should be turning 37 this year. What? Parang di nga siya tumanda eh. Kasabay ko siyang nag-grad. Industrial engineering siya ng first 2 years, then nag-shift sa civil eng. Very determined na maging civil eng. Early 30s, mga alam mo na kapag early 30s. Usually yun yung tawag sa mga bata pa.
Good ko eh. Dahil sa lubak-lubak eh.
Okay. Alright, there you go. That's the something light that I have for you. Just yapping, man. Okay, last topic. But before we go to our last topic, just a quick question for you, chat. It's something that I feel like answers will differ from all of us. But I hope you could still add your own answer to it. Pero para sa inyo, the question is, para sa inyo, what's become clear to you as you've gotten older? I'll think of mine. Okay? I'll think of mine. Something that's been more clear to me as I've gotten older. You can take it seriously. You can make a joke out of it. Everything is okay. My answer when I first saw this question earlier today or yesterday, I think I'm at the age where I'm beginning to realize how important time is and that our time here on Earth is, truly temporary. And it goes by much faster than we think. It's fleeting as well. Everything is fleeting. And our time here on Earth is fleeting. It's gonna run out at some point. And that's already determined. It's not like, we're gonna live forever. It's gonna happen. And it's something that I don't normally think about when I'm younger, right? In my 20s, especially in my teens. Hindi ko naman isipin yun eh. But as I get older and, I become more integrated into society and become more familiar with the joys and the perils of the difficulties in becoming human or being human, doon ko na-realize na, eventually, eventually my time is up. And I guess it's up to me to make the most out of whatever time that I have. Maybe that's why this year, isa talaga sa mga goals ko is to be more intentional with my time. Spoiler alert, I'm not anywhere near where I want to be when it comes to how I use my time. I mean, just earlier today, found myself doom scrolling, right? What the hell am I doing? But at the same time, it is true. I guess it's also the fact that, left and right, mga lolo, mga lola ko, titas and titos na nasa older side, are going, right? They're leaving this earth. Kaya siguro mas nare-realize ko rin na eventually, decades from now, I will be that too. Like, it's becoming more and more real. The quick time here, my quick time here on Earth is becoming more and more real, and I can only wish to make the most out of it. Right? Kasi what else are we here for? I don't want to get too philosophical anymore, or go down that philosophical road. I don't think now's the time for it. I feel like it's just one of those things running in my mind. Okay, Buhay ID Carrera, right? That's her book. Family is not by blood, but by what you make yourself. Life is not nice. World is cruel. It's also very beautiful, sabi ni LJ. Time is fleeting. Time is gold. A fam is key, sabi ni MJ. You do you, MJ. Diba? Free will is a thing. Free will is a thing. As long as we are not hurting anybody and we are not hurting ourselves, we're Gucci, man. We can do whatever we want. Diba? That's the cool thing about free will. You can literally do anything about anything. Love, joy, hope. Tama ba? Love, joy, hope. Ano yung portal? Portal is the key to a fam. Oh! Yung portal na yung portal na installment. Sabi ni Charlie, money really can buy happiness, and happiness is subjective. Also, striving for more doesn't mean you're not content with what you have. Oh, I like that last one. Yeah, hindi ibig sabihin you want more hindi ka kontento sa meron mo. I like that. I think it's very natural also for many people to want more and want more. I guess the wisdom there comes in knowing when to stop, huh? Knowing when to stop, knowing when it's so good for you, when it isn't anymore. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Money really can buy happiness. I like that because it's one of the things that I've always been fascinated with. Diba? I mean, it like money is one of the biggest stresses anybody could probably ever encounter. Money to pay the bills, money to enjoy life a little bit more, right? Money to eat better food. Money really, gets you a lot of happiness in that sense. Money to pay medical expenses, isa pa yun. Right? Like imagine your family going through medical procedure, and between that and their life being saved is a money problem. Money can easily solve that. So yun, but I do agree that money solves your money problems. But once it solves money problems, money no longer solves anything else. And then that's where also we kind of have to be more self-aware and understand how I could be happy when all my money problems have already been solved by money. Because after that, yun yung big question. Sin all you want, reflect later. No. Aging isn't as scary. Yeah, that's cool too. Aging isn't as scary. As long as siguro tumatalino tayo, no? As we age. Like, yun honestly, isa yun sa fears ko. I don't mind aging for as long as I feel like I am also gaining some kind of wisdom. But I feel like the moment, right? The moment that I feel like I'm being left behind, that's when I feel like I'm getting old. If I could still keep up, if I could still tell myself that I'm getting smarter each year, I'm fine with aging. I mean, of course, at one point, the inevitable will happen that, you know, I won't be able to keep up with everything. Not that I can now, but eventually I will fall behind. Eventually I will lag. Eventually I will be a shell of what I used to be in terms of wisdom, I suppose. But and then hopefully by then kaya ko nang tanggapin yun. But right now, hindi ko pa kayang tanggapin yun. Love your job. Job your love. Huwag mahihiyang magtanong, may right med ba nito? Oh my gosh, classic. She passed away, right? R.I.P. Susan Roses. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. That's a good one from LJ. Okay, what are the answers for other people here? Sobrang random ng buhay. Hindi porket mabuti kang tao ay pagpapalain ka. Hindi porket nagsipag ka ay makakaangat ka na. Life is unfair. Oh. Something to be wary and take advantage of at the same time. You never know, chat. Diba? You love your job. Okay, got it, MJ. I'm happy that you love your job. A lot of people, man, they don't love their jobs at all. So, MJ, ikaw, I'm happy. I'm happy for you. The world is cruel for people who don't have money. Real. Adults are just winging it. I'm in my mid-30s pero parang hindi ko pa rin alam kung tama ba mga decision ko sa buhay. And you just have to live day by day and try again. That's true. That's true. Isn't this real, chat? Isn't it true na the older we get, the more we realize that adults who were once our age back then, while they seemed like they knew exactly what they were doing and that they were doing their adult things, now that we're at that age, it seems like they were faking it all along. Because I guess we never really do find out what we want to do. If we did, then I guess there's no point in life if you already know what to do, right? If you already got the solution, if you already know the final answer, what's the point? That's why I guess, I mean, I don't want to be all corny and cheesy, but I guess that's what makes life cool. Diba? It's cool and scary and interesting and difficult and fun because there are so many things that can happen. So many random things. We'll never know the answer, but we'll keep trying anyway. Regardless of the situation that we're in, we're gonna keep trying. Diba? Yeah. Being human is difficult. Period. Not gonna lie. Kahit ano pa yung situation, being human is difficult. But I do agree with what Mock said. There is no meaning of life is what you make it. I feel. I don't think there is one meaning to life. I feel like it is something that we all try to find our own personal take on it. And hopefully, we all have good takes on what life means for us. I love how yung chat natin, serious dog show. Serious dog show. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, people come and go. It's so sad. Kasi hindi lang romantic yan. It's also very heartbreaking when you consider even the closest people in your life. Life is easier if you have money. So true. Walang kinalaman yung tank build. LJ, don't bring the LJ tank build out of nowhere. Yeah. Yeah. So dog pala ako. Okay lang. Masaya din madog. Anong madog? 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 What's madog? Are we all just waiting to die? Oh my God. Di naman siguro sana. I mean, technically, we're all in line, right? But it's not. Dog show. Dog show. Okay. Akala ko kung ano eh. Yeah. Chat. Let's that was good. I feel like we had a therapy session right there. Okay? You know, we have many good answers. Meron din dito, love your job your love. Right? We'll take that also as a good answer. And then random tank build out of nowhere. Okay. Yeah, and then madog. Okay, sure. Okay, last topic for tonight. This one is not really heavy. It's not supposed to be light either. It's just pretty much a news update here, which I thought to be pretty interesting. Now, it won't really require intensive knowledge on anything, but it's also cool to be updated with something like this. Now, imagine, chat, the situation that we're in right now when it comes to the wealthiest people in the Philippines. Who do you think number one is? Oh, well, at least I'm not sure. We're gonna be talking about Vilalr now. So number one is not Vilalr. He was though for a few years, I think. Number one richest right now are the C siblings, but all of them put together. And then we have Enrique Razon, logistics. Kanya rin yata ang Bloomberry. Or maybe I'm wrong, not Bloomberry, but he owns Soler. And he has massive ports all around the world. Kaya logistics siya. Right? And then you have at number 3, Vilalr with real estate. Now, within only a couple of decades, and by a couple, I mean that quite literally, 2 decades, Vilalr's wealth skyrocketed from, maybe the 1% to the 0.00001% of the Philippines. Of course, he was rich before, but now he's number 3. Used to be number 1 for several years in a row. Now, right now, that wealth is being questioned. Okay, that wealth is being questioned because now they are set to face criminal charges, allegedly for market manipulation and insider trading. So this is breaking news. At least 4 days ago, the Vilalr family, from ex-senators Manny and Cynthia Vilalr to senators Mark Vilalr and Camille Vilalr, will face criminal charges of market manipulation and insider trading filed by the SEC over the false 1 trillion peso valuation of Vilalr land. That's a lot of money, man. Now, we will go through this, line by line. We will talk about ano yung ibig sabihin ng insider trading na ginawa nila and bakit false yung 1 trillion valuation ng Vilalr land. Spoiler alert, it's not that complicated. It's actually very simple manipulation, or at least simplified so that we could all understand it. Yeah. So that's basically that's basically what we're gonna be talking about. Manny, Cynthia, Mark, Camille Villar, and the market manipulation nila. So now I saw this post over here, Wilfredo Garrido, and this post is basically about how Manny Villar was able to do it. Sabi niya, prime water is bad. Wait till you hear of Villar land. So they did this. They got super rich through unscrupulous methods. Ramon Ang, the Ayalas, nor the Seas, and the Gokongways were able to do it. But basically, from 35 billion na worth, naging 1.33 trillion yung assets nila virtually overnight. Again, this is all alleged, right? This has to go through proper channels, proper investigations. So the way they did this was very, very simple. And I'll use myself as an example. Let's say, chat, that I own 1,000,000. Let's make it wild, right? Let's just make it simple for easier understanding. Let's say I own 1,000 hectares of land. What's 1,000 hectares? There you go. Let's say I own 1 hectare. 10,000 square meters. Let's just make it easier that way. Let's say I own 1 hectare of land. And bawat square meter nung lupa na yun is only 1 peso. Now, so the total value of that land is 10,000. Again, I own 1 hectare. That's 10,000 square meters. Per square meter, piso lang yung halaga niya. Now, how do I make this more valuable than it seems? Very simple. I will hire what seems like a credible real estate evaluator to appraise my land and make it seem that it's more than just 1 peso per square meter. Let's say I'll make it 25 pesos per square meter. By doing so, yung 10,000 pesos ko na lupa, ang halaga niya na ngayon ay 250,000. But that's only what? That's how many percentage is that? That's only 2,500%, if I'm not mistaken. How about if we do 25,000% for not only 1,000 square meters, 10,000 square meters, but the entire land holdings of the Villar company. 25,000% from 5.2 billion naging 1.3 trillion yung halaga ng lupa nila. And, they basically did it with their own real estate appraiser. Somebody who they know, allegedly. Somebody who they have close ties to. So fortunately, it's external auditor. So internal auditor to somebody that they have close ties to, somebody that they know, somebody that they're in cahoots with, appraised their land by 25,000% in value, bringing it from billions to 1 trillion. Now, they have an external auditor, itong Punong Bayan and Araulio, na ayaw nilang i-appraise ng ganong halaga yung lupa ng mga Villar. They're like, we don't want that. We don't believe that it's actually worth 1.3 trillion, right? You're pushing it way too far. And if we appraise your land to be of that value, we will also be in trouble for that. So not only did they reject this, but it became news when they did. Because Punong Bayan and Araulio, I feel, is a very reputable house or a very reputable corporation that appraises land, and they said no to it. That is why in 2025, take note, chat, third quarter 2025, itong news na to nung February lang, okay? In third quarter of 2025, naging news na to. Ngayon lang siya nagkaroon ng movement. But audit giant Punong Bayan and Araulio shot down tycoon Manuel Villar's sky-high land revaluation in Villar City forcing listed firm Vilalr Land to erase over 1.33 trillion in paper gains for 2024. So if I understand this headline correctly, because eValue Philippines, yung hinire nila na friends nila, I'm just using friends as a loose term, but what I mean by this is willing sila i-appraise ng 25%, 25,000% yung lupa nila to 1.3 trillion, right? It happened in 2024. In 2024, they did that. Di lang siguro nakalagay dito, but by the headline, it seems like they were able to do the billion to trillion jump in 2024. So now, if you remember earlier, inside trading and market manipulation. So essentially, if I understand the headline correctly, for the entire 2024, yung halaga ng Vilalr Land, and Vilalr Land is listed on the stock market as VLL, Vilalr Vista Land. Sila ba Vista Land? That's them, right? Vista Land. Oh, I don't want to get things wrong. No. Yeah. Vista Land. That's them. Known for building residential communities like Camela and Lysandra. Yeah. So it's them. It's theirs. Okay, so Vilalr, who owns... I just want to triple check. Yeah, there you go. Vista Land and Lifescapes. If we look at the chart here, I suppose we are going to see a huge jump in 2024. Look, oh my God, look at that. Holy shit. Oh wait, no, what? This is not them, I suppose. Because nilagay may gains sila in 2024. There are no gains here. If anything, it just went down all the way. From 2019 all the way till now, look at that. From a valuation of 8 pesos, naging piso na lang yung halaga ng Vista Land. So I don't know how 2024 has anything to do with that. I suppose it doesn't match. But essentially, yung gains nila na 1.33 trillion on paper has somehow made its way into their stock. And the reason why they're being called out by the SEC for market manipulation is because false yung valuation na 1 trillion. And essentially, if tumaas yung stock price nila by that amount, right, spread across different investors, you're buying a security in the market regulated by the SEC. You're buying that stock for a value that is false. And because it is false, that's what manipulation is. Manipulate nila yung stock para magmukhang mas valuable siya than it actually is by 1 trillion. And so that's basically what this is, right? Vilalr Land. Vilalr Land Holdings. So I guess this is where we're gonna see it. Vilalr Land. HVN. Alright? HVN. Not VLL. HVN. HVN PSEI. Tinanggal oh, wala na siya eh. Vilalr Lands Holdings Corporation. I wonder if we're gonna find it here. There you go. Can we make this any bigger? And then we'll do this in days. We'll do this in days. Day. Look at that. Look at that dip from... Is this even accurate? From 950 pesos per stock to 600 pesos per stock. Yun yung big dip that happened literally, chat. Look at this. Oh my God. So, kaka-ano lang neto? Vilalr Land, do I understand this correctly? Vilalr Land just got, what's the term when, ano ulit yung term kapag nire-release sa stock market yung company? What's the term, chat? Oh, it escapes me. Ano yun? Ano yung term kapag nilist sa stock market yung company mo? Public? No, not public. IPO. So, kaka-IPO lang nila? I don't think so. I don't think kaka-IPO lang ng Vilalr Land Holdings. Wait, let's look here. Sa PSE Edge. Vilalr Land Holdings. Incorporation date 1982. But it was removed from the stock market, right? Noong August. Stock data. There, see, listing date 2016. So wala lang ano dito. Wala lang, there's just not enough information here. VLC, how about let's look. Wala na eh. What are other websites that will show us the stock? Yahoo Finance. Let's look at Yahoo Finance. I just want to see this because I feel like we're gonna see the big jump in 2024. Vilalr Land. Vilalr Land. VLL. Vilalr Land. Vilalr Land? Is there a place where we could check out Vilalr Land? Heaven pala yun. Heaven pala ang... Heaven pala. HVN. HVN? Wala eh. Chad, does anybody know where we could find the stock price for Vilalr Land? But here it is. Oh, hey! This is not too bad. This is not too bad. Right? This is not too bad. Let's do 1 year. My bad, that's already 1 year. Let's do since 2016. 2016, when they first opened in June. So, gawin natin July ito. Okay? July 2016. Enter. Man! Website to ng Philippine Stock Exchange. Enter. Maybe 2017? Anyway, in any case, you see a big dip here. Oh, there! Update chart. Hold on. July 2016. Update. July 2016. Why doesn't it want to enter? One last try, chat, and we're moving on. Enter. Update. Wala eh. But anyway, it dipped in November. Big time from that's very big. Look at this, chat. Look at how big the dip is. From 2,400. From 2,400. What's this? Oh, there you go. HVN sila, tsaka VLL, di ba? Ito, Vista Land lang yung pinadala ni Manny sa akin. Hold on. But Manny sent me that Vista Land VLL fell by 15% in February. But this is scarier, chat. Look at this. We can do the math here. On May 15, 2025, right? Kasi next November na yun. On May 15, 2025, and look at this. When did the news break? August. So, of course, the market is always ahead, right? August nag-break to. So, 2 months before this news broke, look at what price Vilalr Land Holdings started from. 2,300. And then, up until November, it fell all the way to 500. So, what dip is that? Chat, it fell by 78%. Oh, God. The stock price fell by 78% in a matter of months. June, July, August, September, October, that's 4 months. In 5 months rather, the stock fell by 78%. Look at that dip, right? And it never quite really recovered, especially with the news that they have now. So going back, right, before we lose ourselves in the technicalities of it. Point is, because nga ni-reveal ng Punong Bayan and Araulio na ayaw nilang i-appraise yung lupa ni Vilalr na nagkakahalagang 1.33 trillion, bumagsak ng ganung kalaki yung stock nila late last year, or rather mid last year. And quick review lang, the reason why it's stock manipulation is because I'm sure a few months before this, you will see the opposite happen. Because na-appraise ng eValue Philippines yung lupa ng mga Vilalr to 1.3 trillion, tumaas yung presyo ng stock nila. So imagine them having stocks to begin with. They know na walang halaga yung stocks nila. They know na fake yung 1.3 trillion peso valuation ng lupa nila. I'm holding majority of those stocks and alam kong walang halaga. Now imagine if everybody starts buying those stocks, tataas yung halaga ng stocks ko. Even though I know hindi deserving sa pagtaas ng presyo yung hawak kong stocks. So not only am I enriching myself, but I'm also essentially scamming every single person who invested in the stock thinking na nasa 1.3 trillion yung halaga ng lupa ko. That's why market manipulation is the operating word here. Insider trading, because yun na nga, alam kong walang halaga yung stocks ko. Hey, Manny, hey, Rex, hey, Romeo, bili kayo ng stocks ko. Walang halaga yung stocks ko, pero promise, bilhin nyo yung stocks ko. Meron akong kakilala, i-appraise niya yung lupa ko, 1.3 trillion. Pero sa totoo lang, hindi talaga 1.3 trillion. Pero sige, enrich yourselves na rin. So not only am I enriching myself and my friends, aka insider trading, but also I'm also scamming all the people unbeknownst to what I'm doing. And then I saw this actually, this all started when I saw this Rappler post, and when I clicked on the Rappler post, it's something that we can't really access because it is a Rappler Plus article, and that's fair, right? Like I mentioned earlier, journalists work hard to gather all this information, and so I looked for another article. Vilalr family sued by SEC over 1.3 trillion asset claim. Right? Eto na sila. This is essentially this article, but I suppose less technical and less detailed. But it's essentially the same thing. Same as this one, except this one is from Manila Bulletin and not from a post that's being shared around. But this guy too, just for the record, I know he's very, very credible. I don't know what he does. All I know is that whenever he posts something, he doesn't do fake news. I wouldn't be surprised if he's an educator, a professor, economist, journalist, right? So I'm actually, you know what? Let's search him up. Jesus Falsis, just to give him his flowers, because I guess he's a journalist. There you go. Lawyer and law firm, living one day less than yesterday. So he's a lawyer. Okay, now we go back here. Basically, that's it, right? SEC is filing charges against Vilalr Land Holdings, ticker HVN. The charges name Manny Vilalr, alongside Senator Cynthia Vilalr, 3 children. Wow. Not just Camille Vilalr and Mark Vilalr, but also Manuel Paulo. The investigation centered on a massive discrepancy in Vilalr's land financial reporting. The company initially disclosed total assets of 1.33 trillion and the net income of 1 trillion almost, a staggering jump from the 1.46 billion earned earlier that year. Vilalr Land attributed the growth to reevaluation of its real estate holdings. So it's all true, right? Lahat ng nabanggit natin so yeah, again, chat. I wish, you know what? I really want to try because look at this. If yung income ng kumpanya mo, and this could be any company, this could be even your sari-sari store. If your company suddenly earned 1 peso na naging 1,000 pesos in a year, your stock price will jump. Okay? That's why I really want to see it. I really want to see what it looks like when it jumped in 2024. Unfortunately, the stock data, our very own Philippine Stock Exchange has, is only letting us access up to 1 year. Right? Up to 1 year of data lang yung pwede natin i-access. That sucks. That's why I really want to see. Screenshot in the memes. I want to see that jump. I want to see that jump. That's not a jump. That's not a jump. I want to see the jump in stock price. This is 2025 still. I want to see 2024 when they declared na nag-times 1,000 yung kinita nila. Because that would be, yun na nga, the very big jump, enriching everybody involved and scamming everybody else who bought into the stock. However, the SEC alleged these figures were released before an external audit was finalized, aka itong si Punong Bayan and Araulio. When the audited statements were eventually submitted, total assets plummeted to 35.7 billion, a fraction of the initial claim. So imagine from 35.7, 999.72. Look at that, chat. 3% lang. 3.6% lang nung sinasabi nilang halaga nila, yung talagang halaga nila. So imagine me telling you, ooh, I'm worth 100 pesos. And then only finding out I'm worth 3.6 pesos. Crazy, right? And, you know, in the process, napayaman ko na yung sarili ko. Napayaman ko na yung mga kaibigan ko. So that's why this is a very, very big issue. Because first of all, this is, you know, this is why allow a disclosure of your income being times 1,000, aka what's 1,000x in percentage? What is 1,000x in percentage? Come on, AI, do your thing. 100,000%. Can you imagine, chat? Times 100, malamang. 100,000% yung inakyat ng kinita ko. Why did they even allow that to happen? Right? Without an external audit happening, why lead people to believe that your company suddenly went from selling 1.46 billion a year to 999.72 billion, or being worth that much in just 1 year? So I don't know. It's everything that's fucked up in the Philippines, right? And more when we have something like this. And then it makes you look at everybody else in office. What's happening in office? The scams that we see, the flood control project na hindi na natin nababalitaan ngayon. Right? Big names who seem to still be at large or not being dealt with properly. And this is just one family. One family who controls what? A good fraction of the Philippines, both government and in the corporate world. It's saddening and disheartening to see this. But what can we do about it, right? I guess the only thing we really can do about it is to talk about it, to educate each other, and to back up what we're saying with factual information. And in that way, we get to spread we get to encourage rather proper discourse and dialogue between each other. So yeah, this is nuts. This is just this is crazy. Any thoughts, chat? Any thoughts on this? This is very serious, because I want this the SEC is reputable. So the SEC isn't your cleanest institution really, or your regulating body, but they're reputable and they try to uphold as much integrity as possible. So it's going to be very interesting to see how much they're going to punish the Villar's for, if at all, because a trillion pesos is roughly about $18 billion, right? $18 billion is essentially the amount of money that they're playing around with. Reading your comments. Yeah. Was it a pump and dump? I don't think it was a pump and dump. Because pump and dumps happen at that's why I want to see the chart, because normally pump and dumps happen in a very short time frame. To me, this seems like they wanted it to actually look like they were that valuable, enriching themselves but not really dumping the stock. Gusto lang talaga nila na magmukhang ganun ka-valuable yung company nila, even though it really isn't. So yeah, to me, it's not, I don't think they were going for a pump and dump. They were just really trying to go for a higher valuation. Ang nag-dump ng stock nila, could be them, I guess, when the news broke out. Or it could be, it depends, right? It depends, because if sisilipin mo yung chart, diba, normal price, 1.3 false valuation, aarangkada yung stock. So while it's up there, pwede mong silipin yung insider trades na nangyayari. How much of the company owned by Vilalr is being sold slowly over time? Because if Vilalr suddenly sells it, or any of the Vilalr names sell it, babagsak ka agad yung price. But I don't think it went up then went down. It went up, stayed up, and then nung nagkaroon ng news, bumagsak lahat. So it's unlike a pump and dump where things happen too fast. This one happened rather long, right? What is this? What time frame is this? How are you able to do this? I can't see. Look at this, chat. This is what you call a Wyckoff pattern. So in look at this. So I'm not sure if you're gonna see it right now, but look at how similar this part, right? I'm gonna try my best to show you. Look at how similar this looks like to this. A Wyckoff pattern. Basically showing you that this was all manipulated and planned. Yeah, I can't tell. I can't tell how long of a time span this happened, because if this is 2024 to 2025, that's pretty long. This is 2 years, right? The date range? I try, man. I try. Look, gagawin ko 2024, right? I can't even. You know what? Let's refresh. Stock data. Company information, stock data, and then gawin nating 2024. Wala oh. Walang nangyayari when I do that. Or maybe because I have to pick a specific date also. Check natin. Wala oh. Walang nangyayari. If I update. Oh, there you go. See? Look at this. There you go. So, when did they release? Vilalr 1 trillion. When did they release it? Not 5 months ago, not 3 days ago. The first time they released it, 2024. In 2024, right? They said they are worth 1 trillion. Because look at this. Every channel right now is saying how their books slashed 97% from their valuation. So imagine telling everybody in the Philippines na, hey, our company is now 1,000 times more valuable than you think it is. And then a couple of months later saying, hey, I'm sorry to say that my company is actually just 3% of what we say it's worth. That's what happened. So I'm trying to look for that article or that point in 2024 where they said they are worth that much, because that's this jump. That's this jump. 2024. Look at this, chat. Slowly. Ito na yung insider trading that I'm telling you. Look at the insider trading. Ang bagal, oh. 2024, baby. They knew. People who were buying up here, people who were buying stocks here. Wait, is there a way? Copy image. And then let's use paint. Here. So people who knew were already beginning to buy stocks here. And again, this is just a lot of guesswork. A lot of guesswork here, chat. But people who knew already began buying here. Right? They already knew. Ooh. Diba yung sinabi kong example sa inyo kanina? Hey friends, bilhin nyo yung stock ko. Alam kong magmamahal siya. And then look what happened here. So when they thought that from 800 to 1,000 was already a good deal, they kind of tried to sell it slowly. Slowly enough so that it won't crash. Because from 800 to 1,000, medyo nag-sideways yung stock. But then they're like, I think people are still buying it. Right? So, okay. Let's wait for the news to actually break. So, boom. Look at this. From May 16 to October 2024. So, it's not a pump and dump. Because you're not gonna see this if it's a pump and dump. You know what was happening here, chat? You know why it was sideways? It was sideways here because they're doing here what they did here. They're selling the stock. They're selling the stock in increments or in small amounts so that it doesn't drop like this. Because this is what happens when the news breaks and everybody else finds out. But the reason why it maintained this is because they're slowly selling the stock. Na-enrich ko na yung sarili ko eh. Yung mga kaibigan ko na-enrich na rin yung sarili nila. So what they're gonna do is, because nobody else is buying the stock, nag-peak na dito eh. Alright? At this point, it's already 2,400. Nobody's gonna buy the stock already. We've peaked. Ito na yung pinakamataas na valuation. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna slowly sell it. Okay? Let's slowly sell the gains that we've made from here all the way up here. Let's slowly sell it, but let's not be dramatic. We don't want people to panic. Let's slowly sell over here, right? That's why this part is largely sideways. When the news breaks, when was this article? August, right? 2 months before the news breaks, I'm sure insiders already found out as well. Now they begin dumping the stock. Where is that? There you go. They begin dumping the stock over here. And that's also when investors panic, other institutional investors panic, they all sell. Yeah. Talagang insider. I mean, technically pump and dumps are also technically insider trading, but again, very short time frame din. Yeah. So it's I also don't think, look at this. I also don't think, like I mentioned earlier, I don't think they were planning to dump the stock, chat. I don't think they were. They were trying to keep it afloat. That's why they were that if they wanted to dump it, they would have dumped it here. Right? They would have dumped it here already. They would have dumped it somewhere here. But they didn't. They wanted to keep fooling people na 1 trillion yung halaga ng kumpanya namin. So they just slowly unwind. Otherwise, pump and dumps, they look like this. Pump and dumps look like this. Yan, that's a pump and dump. But this one is this one had this pattern. Alright, wait, sorry. Ang pump and dump ganito, diba? I'll show you. Pump and dump slowly increases, then increases, boom, ganyan. That's a pump and dump. This one, very different because it had that one. You just look at all the crypto charts, especially during the ICO era in 2017, where if there was a coin, magpa-pump siya, then magda-dump siya. Look at the Logan Paul coin. Look at every single coin that's been declared a pump and dump scheme. They will all look like this. But this one is more sinister. This one is more sinister because they wanted people to believe. And they just wanted to keep enriching themselves for as long as they can. And then, boom. Anyway, enough talk about this. I thought it was just interesting to share. And I hope you learned something today, chat. I'm familiar. Even with stocks, you can look at stocks, and stocks fall under the same pattern. There is no distribution. There is no long-term distribution across several months. It's a massive distribution over a short amount of time. I hope that they do get held accountable for it. That's why also I want to see a proper investigation para malaman natin yung timeline. Because right now, the best that we could do is base all that we know on the timeline of articles. Right? Broad strokes lang yung kaya nating hulaan ngayon. Very, very broad. The details, I think we will only really know when the SEC does their proper investigation. Yeah. That's a really bad stat to hear, Anushka. Yeah. Sakit, no? I'm not gonna discount what Romeo said, by the way. I'm no expert in this field. That pump and dump schemes could probably well be over a week or a month. Maybe pump and dump is an umbrella term, right? Maybe that's something that I can be missing too. Na umbrella term ang pump and dump. insider trading falls below pump and dump schemes. So, pyramids, I mean, heck, you can even call it a pyramid scheme. Nag-collapse lang yung pyramid dito. I don't know. Right? So, best next course of action here is to just watch how this unfolds, right? Withhold any permanent or any final words for now, because this is gonna be very exciting. I think ito yung ano natin, ito yung, I don't want to say Diddy or Epstein because it's nothing like that. Pero ito yung billionaire problem ng Pilipinas, right? Right now, it's gonna be this one. Ito yung billionaire scandal natin dito. That's our version, right? Very basic. If you think about it, it's very basic. America did this many times already. Ang dami ng ginawang ganito ng America decades ago. Tayo, we're only beginning to catch up. So wait until, no, I don't want to wait until that happens na magkaroon tayo ng Diddy or Epstein, because first of all, that's a bad joke. But yeah, rookie crime pa yung ginagawa natin compared sa America. It's giving Bernie Madoff. It's giving what's that? The Lehman Brothers. It's giving GameStop. The rollout? I don't think the rollout was just a month. Hold on, wala na sa akin eh. Wala na sa akin yung chart. Ito. October to May. The rollout was pretty long. Look at that. October to May. November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 7 months. If, I counted my fingers right. So it's a pretty long unwinding. Look at this. Siguro ano na dito. Look at this one. Nagkatunugan na siguro dito, no? Sabi nila, "Oy, magkakahulihan na tayo. Bagsak nyo na yung stock. Dump nyo na yung dump nyo na yung holdings nyo." Look at this big dip over here. This probably happened in a week, right? But then investors who didn't know any better were like, "Oh, cheap. Nagmura yung Vilalr stock. Bilhin natin ulit." Kaya bumalik siya dito sa taas. Yeah. September 2024, what about it? When it went up? Yeah, diba? Yeah, I know, Manny, sobrang big issue ngayon ng Epstein files and ng Diddy files. I'm following it from a distance. Not really too deep into it. Not really completely oblivious either. But it's horrible, chat. The pictures that are coming out, yung mga names involved. The sucky part is a few of these people are my childhood heroes, right? Bill Gates, Elon Musk. Although Elon Musk, matagal ko na siyang hindi talaga gusto ever since the pandemic. But I mean, yeah, names that are very familiar and names that I never thought would be part of this mess. But they're there, man. Leonardo DiCaprio is also there. But, their involvement, we don't know. Their names are being mentioned, but we don't know how involved they really are sa gulong ito. So with that part, we can only really make assumptions on. I feel like it's gonna be a class action lawsuit. For sure. But I do hope kaya. September 24 umangat siya and then the massive dump was November. You mean from here to here? September, I feel like, to November? Is that it? I don't have a good chart. I really don't. I really don't have a good chart. That's why it's hard for me to tell. But if you're saying that this is the big dump that happened in September to November, I feel like it aligns. September, November 2024. But this is when the news broke out, right? And look at how the chart recovered. This is stupid. Look at everybody who they fooled here, chat. Wait, let me make it another color. Look at everybody that they fooled here. Pangit naman ng pink. Ito, dark red. Look at everybody that they fooled here. Bumagsak na yung stock all the way to 400. Pero bumalik pa siya to 2,000 before dipping again to 600. That's crazy, isn't it? Hold on. I don't know. I can't see it here. That's why I'm saying we don't have a good... I don't have a good idea because I don't have access to a good chart. It's not on TradingView. Or it should be, right? It should be on TradingView. HVN? Or maybe wala na rin dito. Wala eh, diba? Lalo niyo yung Vilalr, hindi siya lumalabas ng maayos dito. One day. Yeah, it's not showing well here. Ito yung screenshot na nakita ko kay Romeo. Can't quite tell when these months were, but this kind of looks... What is this? October to November? Ito ba yung October to November, Romeo? October to November. If I didn't know any better, yeah. So you see okay, I see it here. It says August and then ito November, right? So that's this. That's this. Okay? That's this. That's this. Okay? August, September, October, November. That's this. That's essentially this one. I could see it. See? See how ano siya dito? Nag double top. 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 Look. Again. Top. 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 Right? This big one here is that big one over there. Right? And then when the news broke in here, that's when it was all over. Ito ano to? Mga nakatunog na to. People who heard it before the news broke. People who knew before the news broke. And then investors bought it up again. Maybe because the Vilalrs defended themselves. Sabi nila, hindi totoo yan. O di bumalik sa taas. And then finally, final nail in the coffin na to. Yeah, Vilalr land. But I think that's also their holdings company, so it's also the biggest. Yeah. So anyway, little sad, but at least we see the early hands of justice doing its thing. Okay, chat. I will update you tomorrow with the stream schedule, I hope, and also at the same time, finally solve this OBS problem because you are probably continuously lagging 10 seconds behind in time. And I know that's not always a nice thing because you have to keep pressing the live button to make sure that you are unstuck. But, nagkaroon ng 1 month suspension. I don't know when that happened. I want to see the SEC do the investigations so we can tie the timeline properly. Huge shout out to Lactose Boy for our TTS. Other than that, chat, come on, let's make this happen. All I want for February is $1 million. I'm kidding. Have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Namatay yung pet ni Jacob. So, Jacob will not be in our stream tomorrow. He asked for another week. So, remember how last week na postpone yung stream with Jacob because Jacob said that he had a pet emergency. Nung Sunday, namatay yung pet. And so, he asked if okay lang ba na next week na. So, next week, Feb 11, Jacob will be here. And now that I know na kung ano yung final schedule niya, I'll be able to plot the rest of the month out. I appreciate that, Charlie. I appreciate that. Hopefully tomorrow, hindi lag ang bumati sa jowa mo. For now, chat, this is about where the stream ends. Please keep sending memes and links para nabibisita natin siya in the streams and napag-uusapan. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Benny fam. Thank you for your participation, and please magsimba na para yung kademonyohan mahugas-hugasan na. Bye-bye.